from beautiful Jacksonville, Florida in Northeast Florida as we bring you some National Premier Soccer League Conference Championship Saturday as your Jacksonville Armada men's under-23 side plays host to Columbus United FC for the Gulf Coast Sunshine Conference Championship and a spot in the South Region Final Four. I'm Stuart Weber alongside once again Jamal Johnson, the Jacksonville Armada great, here to bring you all the coverage tonight on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. And Jamal, this is a big day. It's a big day for both programs because there's going to be some hardware handed out at the end of the night. One of these two teams will win the conference championship.
Absolutely, yeah. It's exciting. It's more than anything. It's more than anything for the city. It's huge. It's something that we've all been waiting for, to see this team be successful on another level. And, you know, they've been here before in that sense, to where they've, you know, got to achieve something. And we're looking forward to it tonight, yeah.
All right, let's talk about how both of these teams got to tonight's matchup. And we start with the home team, the Jacksonville Armada. You may remember a week ago they picked up a huge 9-0 victory over the Miami Dutch Lions. Then on Wednesday, they hit the road and took down Naples United FC, one of those rivals from throughout the regular season, a team they had beaten, drawn, and lost to over the course of the regular season. Well, Luke Granitor provides the game-winning goal in the second half to make it 1-0. Giancarlo Vaccaro adds the second, and the Jacksonville Armada get a big win on the road against Naples. Same story for Columbus United. They also had to go on the road in order to keep their season alive, and for Columbus, it was much of the same. Big second half dramatics as they were able to get a win at Pensacola FC. You talk about one goal to tie it there in the second half after they gave up an early goal. They came and won it in the 90th minute on a sensational set piece. You take a look, the diving header. This is in stoppage time in the second half. So tons of drama across the conference setting up tonight's Gulf Coast Sunshine Conference matchup. We're going to let you know who started for both sides coming up. We still have your keys to the match and players to watch. All that to come on the Jacksonville Armada pregame show. You're watching the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. Jacksonville Armada broadcast on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network is brought to you by Alive Credit Union, inspiring financial wellness. People helping people is at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From 1954 to 2024, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. That commitment includes a partnership with the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team as the presenting sponsor of all Armada men's and women's broadcasts this summer. Action Sports Jacks and Alive Credit Union, a partnership that just makes sense when it comes to covering Northeast Florida. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of our first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
Imagine a brokerage platform that gives agents the flexibility to move between comp plans so that they can spend their entire career in one place while earning stock and recruiting other agents. And imagine the entire enterprise is created and backed by a proven industry innovator. Now imagine this platform already exists. Imagine you own this platform. Imagine how large you can grow, how much revenue share you can earn. Just imagine.
This is Jacksonville University. It's not just a perfect place for sunny waterfront beauty shots. Although, here you choose the future you want. How? By defining it yourself. You customize your path and make it one of a kind. You want to build a future where you decide what impact you make? You want to create a life that's limited by nothing but your own ingenuity? You've come to the right place.
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jacks to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jacks in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jax 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms, whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV. You can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry. We still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jax 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
New to town or always been in town? Everyone is always looking for a good pizza place. Our place is Donato's Pizza. We love it and still do love it. When I tell my family I'm coming to Donato's, they say, wait a minute, you got to order some for us. So this is not all for me. Let me tell you what the Martinos get when we put an order in. Well, pepperoni pizza, we usually get more than one of these. And then there's the works, a little bit of everything. And then this is the pizza that can be polarizing for some out there. I don't know why. Hawaiian pizza, some love it, some don't. At Donato's, you're going to love it, especially with that cinnamon sprinkled on top. Try the pizza my family likes or try your favorite. Right now, you can use the code Brent20 and get 20% off your order. Every viewer and listener is important to us, and at Donato's Pizza, every piece is important. From fresh ingredients to the dedicated team members and you, the valued customer. Donato's Pizza, where every piece comes together for a winning combination. Jax Beach and Mandarin locations. Donato's Pizza, every piece is important.
Guess who's back?
Get your tickets at JacksonvilleArmada.com. When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jax, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jax is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jax 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jax 24/7. International soccer returns to Jacksonville later this month. Don't miss your chance to see teams from the biggest league in the world here in Northeast Florida as they compete for their first trophy of the season, the Stateside Cup. Be there when Premier League clubs West Ham and Wolves take the pitch 2 weeks from tonight, July 27th at Everbank Stadium, home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Tickets are on sale now for as low as $35 at StatesideCup.com. And welcome back to the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network as we get set for an NPSL Conference Championship matchup between your Jacksonville Armada and Columbus United FC. I am Stuart Weber alongside Jamal Johnson here on the campus of Edward Waters University at the Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium. And Jamal, we've got some very talented players on both sides of the field tonight. Let's take a look at our players to watch, and we start with the boys in blue, number 7, Oliver Muller-Jensen.
Oh, well, just to start, this guy has just got an unbelievable talent. We're lucky to have him here. In my humble opinion, I think he's been absolutely fantastic for the team. Goal scorer, wants to get forward every time he gets the ball. And when he's in that final third, it's just danger for any opposition that he comes up against. I'm really excited to see him play tonight and add to his tally that he's collected this season.
Yeah, already up to 9 goals overall in the season. Of course, 3 in the playoff, that hat-trick against the Miami Dutch Lions. As for the visitors, look, we don't know a whole lot about Columbus United. We've never played them, so it's going to be a learning process. One guy that we can point out to you because we watched last week's game, well, that would be Rafa Kawata, a Brazilian forward who scored a goal and provided an assist in that win over Pensacola FC. He's up to 5 goals on the season, one of 3 very potent goal scorers on this roster for Columbus United FC, and certainly a guy that Armada back line is going to want to keep an eye on for tonight's matchup. All right, we're going to take another quick break here on the pregame show. When we come back, we'll have your starting lineups. You're watching the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Ancla Dorada. The official bear of your Jacksonville Armada.
Thank you for making Action News Jax the best in Jax and Folio's Best of Jax 2023. Best TV station, Best TV newscast, Best TV morning show. Chandler Morgan voted Best TV anchor. The Chief, Mike Burrish, voted Best meteorologist. And Brent Martineau voted Best TV sports anchor. And while you're on the go, Best news website. And Best local blog, The Burrish Blog. Thank you for making Action News Jax local coverage you can count on.
What started out as better people, better projects just keeps getting, well, better. That's Better Exterior Solutions, ready to help you create a better outdoor experience. Check this out. Motorized pergolas are the latest in technology to transform your outdoor space. Beautiful day? Let the sun shine through. Summer rainstorm? These pergola systems close automatically to keep the weather out. From residential to commercial uses, Better Exterior Solutions has products customized to meet virtually any existing architectural structure. With retractable awnings, screens, and hurricane shutters too, if you want unparalleled quality and expertise, you need Better Exterior Solutions. Get a free estimate by visiting betterexteriors.com or calling 904-902-4999. Better Exterior Solutions. Experience better.
Imagine a brokerage platform that gives agents the flexibility to move between comp plans so that they can spend their entire career in one place while earning stock and recruiting other agents. And imagine the entire enterprise is created and backed by a proven industry innovator. Now imagine this platform already exists. Imagine you own this platform. Imagine how large you can grow. How much revenue share you could earn. Just imagine.
Everyone loves a good game night. Here you don't have to be the host. You don't have to clean up. They bring the food and drinks to you, and you can watch whatever you want on the big screens. It's more than a card room. It's a night full of fun with friends. Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, and now the newest location here in St. Augustine, right off 95 at exit 311. A brand new clean room, a full bar and menu, my favorite sushi in town. And I love the fries too. You don't have to just play poker at Best Bet. That's why I come over here to the table games and play one card poker. That's a pretty good card and a win. One card poker is like war as a kid, you against the dealer. And this isn't the only fun table game to play. A friendly staff, a lot of fun. It's a good night out at Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, and the newest location in St. Augustine. You can be a serious player or a novice. It doesn't matter. If winning equals fun, you're a winner every time at Best Bet. I'll save you a seat, and I'll see you down here at Best Bet St. Augustine.
International soccer returns this summer. Don't miss your chance to see teams from the biggest league in the world in Jacksonville as they compete for their first trophy of the season, the Stateside Cup. Be there when Premier League clubs Wolves and West Ham take the pitch July 27th at Everbank Stadium, home of the Jaguars. With the series trophy on the line, competition will be fierce. Tickets on sale now for as low as $35. Buy your tickets today at StatesideCup.com.
The friendliest golf course in town, the Golf Club at Southampton. Local golfers have no shortage of options when it comes to picking a course to play here in Northeast Florida year-round. Yet time and time again, I find myself here at the Golf Club at Southampton. Easy to get to off 210 in St. Johns County. It's family-owned and operated and renowned for being one of the area's most player-friendly. That's just one of the reasons we hold the Action Sports Jax Dream 18 charity golf tournament here each fall. The Mark McCumber design layout is great for all skill levels of golfers, from the guys who bomb it a mile on the range to golfers like me who are just happy to put it in the fairway, which Southampton has very accommodating fairways. And if you need new clubs, come down to the pro shop. They'll fit you up and get you a nice new set like they did for me. For more information on membership or to book a tee time and see for yourself, head over to golfsouthampton.com or call the clubhouse at 904-287-7529. The Golf Club at Southampton. It's the official home of the Action Sports Jax Dream 18. Make it your home for golf too. And welcome back to the Jacksonville Armada pregame show here on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. We are getting closer and closer to kickoff of this NPSL Gulf Coast Sunshine Conference championship game. It's not a mouthful at all, Jamal. Stuart Weber here alongside Jamal Johnson, once again bringing you all the action for tonight's matchup. Let's go ahead and get you acclimated with the teams that will be playing tonight. Let's take a look at your starting lineups, and we start with the visitors from Columbus United FC. In their first season in the NPSL, Brett Teach's squad has made it all the way to a conference championship game. In goal, Mateus Campos. His back line consists of Devin Vital, Bruno Garcia, Damian Dominguez, and Mohamed Tucker. In the midfield, Jonathan Canagua, Tommy Munoz, and Evans DePa. And up top, Rafa Kawada, Josiah Fontenot, and Xavier Chateau. Some very talented players in that starting lineup for Columbus United. As for the boys in blue, your Jacksonville Armada. In the pipes for the Armada, his back line consists of Micah Thomas, Paul Danner, Callum Frogson, and Nick Erb. In the midfield, Miles Shanley will play that defensive midfield position, while Sebastian Zettel and Antonio Illuminato will be the playmaking midfielders to set up the front line of Giancarlo Vaccaro, Noah Kavith, and Oliver Moeller Jensen, your leading goal scorer this year for the Jacksonville Armada with 9 goals. 9 goals so far. So a very talented roster set out there for the Jacksonville Armada, but this is one of those matchups where that bench is going to be crucial because these players have been playing. This will be their third game now in 8 days. Depth is going to be a big factor.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And I think they've changed it up in areas where, you seem to find the most fatigue and legs for players. In those wing-back positions, as we can see, Micah Thomas now has been reintroduced into the squad, into the lineup. I'm excited to see him, in his comeback. To come back and play in a final is always extra incentive for you to go out there and do well, so yeah.
He is a player who has rose in the big moments. Take a look at the U.S. Open Cup from
Absolutely.
2023.
Absolutely.
All right, one more timeout to take when we come back. The national anthem, your keys to the game, and then we get this party started right here on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. Stay with us. You're watching Jacksonville Armada Soccer. Jacksonville Armada would like to thank LPT Realty for their continuing support all season long.
This is Jacksonville University. It's not just a perfect place for sunny waterfront beauty shots. Although, here you choose the future you want. How? By defining it yourself. You customize your path and make it one of a kind. You want to build a future where you decide what impact you make? You want to create a life that's limited by nothing but your own ingenuity? You come to the right place.
Guess who's back?
Get your tickets at jacksonvillearmada.com.
It's hard to put a price on comfort, especially when you use that comfort on a daily basis. But if we're going to put a price on it, how does the lowest price guaranteed sound? Furniture Source is going to have the biggest brands, whether it's Ashley, Casper, or Tempur-Pedic, and once again, it's going to be the guaranteed lowest price in Jacksonville. Right now, my friends at Furniture Source are going to give you the ultimate hookup because all month long, they're making their inventory wholesale price. Check out their markdowns up to 50% off. And remember, since it's Furniture Source, you're getting the guaranteed lowest prices in Florida or your money back. Don't have the cash on you right now? It's no worry. Shop endless options to suit your style and budget and enjoy 36 months off with no interest financing. Why use your money when you can use theirs? Whether it's beds, couches, tables, or chairs, Furniture Source is going to have exactly what you're looking for. Shop the lowest prices in Jacksonville guaranteed. Find the location nearest you at FurnitureSourceJacks.com.
I've been telling you about CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing for a long time now. Their drinking water systems remove up to 99% of contaminants. We've had a Connecticut water softener and drinking water system in our home for more than 7 years. You can see the difference whether you're washing clothes, the dishes, or what I like to do most, fill this up for some coffee every morning, and mostly all day. Remember, if you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Don't be the filter. Right now, you can save $1,000 or more when you bundle the Connecticut Premier Softener with a Connecticut K5 drinking water system. The experts at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing will test your water for free and determine your water score. Don't know your water score? CGC will find out and recommend the appropriate Connecticut water treatment solutions so you can improve it. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. Financing options available with approved credit. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
Ancla Dorada. The official bear of your Jacksonville Armada.
A new day, a new traffic headache. But Action News Jax traffic expert Maritza Ross is here to guide all kinds of daily drivers, like the traffic dodgers.
Don't worry, I'm going to get you around this mess on I-95.
The side street seekers.
Now you can exit early on 17 due to
the last-minute leavers.
If you're getting a late start this morning, here are your fastest routes.
So let Maritza save you time on Action News Jax this morning.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From 1954 to 2024, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. That commitment includes a partnership with the Action Sports Jax 24/7 team as the presenting sponsor of all Armada men's and women's broadcasts this summer. Action Sports Jax and Alive Credit Union, a partnership that just makes sense when it comes to covering Northeast Florida. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of our first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop. Welcome back to the Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network. We have the National Anthem now presented by Ari Flores.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light, where so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we'd watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That was Ari Flores with the national anthem here for tonight's Jacksonville Armada men's under-23 matchup. I'm Stuart Weber alongside Jamal Johnson. We made our way into the broadcast booth. There's air conditioning. Beautiful. So very happy about that as we bring you tonight's matchup against Columbus United FC. Jamal, as the players get their final stretches in, let's go over our keys to the game. And the first key for me, you got to learn their ways. This is a new opponent, a team you've never seen before. The quicker you're able to figure out what they're good at, the better you're going to perform in this matchup.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely that is one of the elements of it that you really do need to focus on. But, you know, at the same time, Armada know who they are. It's right. They know who they are. Armada know who they are. They don't need to be a team that worries about the opposition. Top boys understand the game, understand and know their roles and responsibilities. This is a night where they need to go and seize the moment. So learn their ways, yeah, most definitely, but know who you are as well.
Yeah, your second key to the game is all about the Dragons and Owls. I'm talking about the 5 attacking players for the Jacksonville Armada who come from FAU and Drexel. 3 FAU Owls, 2 Drexel Dragons. So let's go through those Dragons and Owls and provide the offense that this team needs tonight. And finally, it's all about bringing home the hardware. We mentioned in the pregame show, a trophy is up for grabs here. The winner of the Gulf Coast Sunshine Conference wins that trophy. That's a big deal. Anytime you get to lift that trophy at the end of the night, that's how you know it's a huge matchup.
Yeah, huge, mate, huge. I mean, there's a couple of finals this weekend. I'm not going to mention any other team right now, but this is the one we've got our eyes on. And, you know, bringing home the hardware, as you said, is all important for the city, really. It's massive. As I said earlier on, it's a huge game. It's a huge moment in, you know, in the Jacksonville soccer community. So let's go out there and show the country what we can do.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity for the players on this Jacksonville Armada side, heck, for the players on Columbus United as well, as this is their debut season in the NPSL, and thus it's their debut championship appearance for the Armada. They obviously lifted this trophy 2 years ago when they won what was then the Gulf Coast Conference. We folded in some Sunshine teams, and still another opportunity now for the boys in blue to go out there and get the job done tonight here on the campus of Edward Waters University. Well, if you're not here, we wish you were. But you've got the second best option, and that's joining Jamal Johnson and Stuart Weber here on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. As a reminder, if you missed tonight's matchup, it'll be replayed tomorrow at 9, 2, and 7 on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network, and then we'll be posting it to our YouTube page, the Action Sports Jacks YouTube page, on Monday at 1 o'clock. So plenty of options to watch this thing, but you're locked in live, and hopefully you enjoy what will be a terrific matchup in the National Premier Soccer League between two teams looking to advance to the South Region semifinals. We'll get you up to date on what else is going on in the South Region, as well as everything else in the NPSL throughout the course of the night, but our teams are ready to go. Jacksonville Armada in blue will start with the ball first, and Columbus in the red will be going from right to left on your screen. Jacksonville left to right.
Huge moment. I've got like goosebumps on me, mate.
That's not because it's cold in here, right?
It might well be with this AC behind me, but
first whistle blows and we are officially underway at Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium. Thanks again for joining us tonight, as Columbus will get the first possession of the ball here to really get this thing going, but some pressure there from Oliver Moeller Jensen as this back line of Columbus features Muhammad Tucker, Damian Dominguez, Bruno Garcia, and Devin Vital. Those players are going to face a lot of pressure throughout the course of this matchup. They've got two pretty sizable guys in the middle, and Dominguez and Garcia, both 6-footers. As Jacksonville takes it away, that ball falls away, and there'll be a foul committed by Columbus as Antonio Illuminato gets taken down. So Jacksonville with the first free kick opportunity of this one in the first minute of action. You take a look at that foul.
Yeah.
Devin Vital comes flying in.
Slight body check there. They're in a good area here, though. This is somewhere where you're really thinking about putting something on target, but it's a good opportunity to get something or get one of your teammates in on goal, especially looking at the size, Shanley, Kafif in there that can definitely cause problems with a decent delivery.
Here's Illuminato's ball sent in, looking for the foot of Callum Frogson, but well over the crossbar and bounces out of the stadium. Good luck to someone finding that in the neighborhood, as it'll be a goal kick for Columbus United.
Decent delivery in, though. Decent delivery in. We're able to find Frogson in at the back there. I think that's something what they'll look to use, because it's only really Dominguez with real height in that defensive line for Columbus tonight.
There's a foul committed by Jacksonville, their first of the matchup. If you missed the pre-match show, we'll give you the starting lineups once again. Mentioned that back line for Columbus. They're in front of Mateus Campos in goal. A midfield of Jonathan Canagua, Tommy Munoz, and Evans DePa. And up top, Rafa Kawada, Josiah Fontenot, and Xavier Chateau. Xavier Chateau, by the way, leading goal scorer on this team. 7 goals on the year for the Stuart, Florida native. I like the city he's from. Stuart, beautiful place, named after a great person. Love to see it. Josiah Fontenot, by the way, another Florida native. He's from Tallahassee. We've seen him in the past playing for Tallahassee SC. So a familiar name as you see Sebastian Zettel take it away. Tries to send it down the line for a hopefully oncoming Oliver Muller-Jensen, but intercepted there by Columbus, and they'll switch fields.
Not afraid to play with it at the back, keep possession. Columbus coming away from home in a big final. They don't look like they've got any fear inside of them. So it's a good start from them.
We've mentioned this is their first year. As you take a look at Section 904 once again here to support the boys in blue. Pretty cool. 3 of them made the trip all the way down to Naples, the best road support in the league, as they made that trek 5+ hours all the way down to Southwest Florida on Wednesday night. Well, they're back at it tonight, waving their flags. Of course, you'll be seeing some smoke if the Jacksonville Armada find the back of the net. First pressure here from Columbus as Jacksonville plays it out of the back. Paul Danner, the talented German defender, sends it long, looking for Noah Kavift, but knocked away there by Dominguez, and now Columbus gets a look. 4th minute of action here at Edward Waters University. Appreciate everyone joining us on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network, whether you're here in Duval County. Bad giveaway there by Callum Frogson. Here's an opportunity wide of the net as Josiah Fontenot can't put it on frame. Callum Frogson with a huge mistake there, but bailed out as Columbus unable to take advantage as there was another red jersey coming in. Costi up to the task, makes himself big, and forces Fontenot wide as Jacksonville dodges a bullet in the 4th minute.
Wasted opportunity there. Frogson's got to have more awareness, got to be more confident there when he's receiving the ball at the back. And it's a complete contrast to what we're seeing from Columbus as well, with the confidence that they have playing out the back. Frogson's just got caught. Hopefully he gets it right next time.
For our viewers who are new to Jacksonville Armada matchups, at least the playoff matchups played here at Edward Waters, you're looking at the orange lines on the field. Orange lines are the ones you're going to keep an eye out for, the soccer lines. There's Frogson able to break up that pass, but Columbus still has it. Here's Chateau, has Tucker on the near side, instead drops back to Munoz. Now middle of the field and dispossessed. Well done by Zettel. Takes it away from Evans DePa, sends it long. Here's Giancarlo Vaccaro giving chase and forces the defender Dominguez to just clear it out for a Jacksonville Armada corner kick. It'll be our first corner kick of the matchup. Your Campione Law corner kick champions for justice. So Jacksonville with a corner opportunity here as we've gone back and forth in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, Dominguez, no nonsense there, but Zettel again just has that quality, just has that quality to be able to pick anyone out at any given time. You've got to be aware of that if you are a Columbus defensive line player. Be aware of the spacing behind you and understand that Zettel can really put some great deliveries in there.
Here's Illuminato on his left foot, sends it in, headed away by Columbus. Zettel looks to keep it in, but Columbus clears, at least as far as Illuminato is. Just outside the 18, sends it back in, looking for Kavift, and in the back of the net! Noah Kavift puts the Jacksonville Armada on top, 1-0 in the 6th.
Just anything, out of absolutely anything. Ball comes out clear, he takes a touch and delivers back in an absolute worldie of a ball. Antonio Illuminato, here we're going to have a second look at it. Kavift in at the back, good movement to get a yard spare, and it looks as though he's just gliding it back across the goal. Fantastic finish, goalkeeper all ends up again.
Noah Kavift just could not put it in any better position as the 6'2" forward from Norway scores his 5th goal of the year, gets it done in the 6th minute. Noah Kavift.
Fantastic stuff. Great start from the Armada, and it was absolutely one thing and then the other. Columbus were able to get a good clearance out, and Zettel again trying to get that ball in behind, but it ends up with a corner, and here we are, 1-0 up, 6 minutes into the game.
So Jacksonville with the opening strike, and you know sometimes that can be so important in a matchup like this, especially two teams that aren't as familiar with each other. But look, Columbus has come from behind before. They just did it a few days ago at Pensacola FC. So if you're Jacksonville, no way can you take your foot off the gas pedal, even though you got that one goal. Pensacola led 1-0, goes on to lose 2-1 on 2 second-half goals from Columbus United. So Jacksonville gets the opening strike, and what a strike it was from Noah Kavif, able to use his head and put it into the back of the net, delighting this fan crowd here at Edward Waters University. Folks have showed up to come support their boys in blue.
Kafif, honestly, I feel so happy for him. He's worked so hard, you know, as well as the Keegan, who was unlucky not to get a start tonight, and obviously he did fantastic last week. A couple of goals to his name, was able to get an assist also. Here's an opportunity again. Boys in blue look like they're on it, just not giving him an inch of space. Everybody working. Great tackle.
You take a look at Nick Erb, the Jacksonville native, 20 years old, playing that right outside back position today. Micah Thomas on the other side at 19 years old. Two young Ponte Vedra guys, local guys, playing those outside back positions. And for those who have watched a Tommy Krzanovich team, you know just how important those spots are in this 4-3-3 that he employs. Those guys will be making runs down their respective sides throughout the course of this evening.
I'll try to do the best I can.
Like this three down this left-hand side.
Nice pass there by Tucker. He's able to find Chateau into the middle of the field, but cleared out by Danner. No nonsense there from Paul Danner, as expected. Getting ready for his graduate season at Jacksonville University, 24-year-old from Bielefeld, Germany.
Oh, good feet, he gets free there.
Here's Columbus pushing forward, trying to go through the middle of the field. That one's knocked away. Giancarlo Vaccaro now on the break. Too many red jerseys around him, dispossessed. And now Columbus will push it the other way. Edge of the attacking third, now pushing forward. Nice little 1-2. That ball sent in by Kawata. Falls back to Columbus. Now they come to the near side. Here's Chateau, leading goal scorer for Columbus. Takes it past Erb. Erb knocks it away, and that'll be a corner kick for the visitors. Their first corner kick of this match, and that's another Campione Law corner. This one coming for the visitors from Muskogee County up there in Columbus, Georgia. So Xavier Chateau, definitely one of those players to keep an eye on. Rafa Kawata, he's got 5 goals on the year. Chateau with 7 goals. And then one of their substitutes, it's an interesting system they use, as Carter Berg has 5 goals on the year, but he's a guy who's one of those super subs. All right, here's that corner kick. Right-footed, coming in, knocked away by Miles Shanley. Columbus will look to keep it in. Oliver Moller-Jensen being a pest there against Chateau. Here into the middle of the field, it's DePa. He'll send it ahead and knocked away nicely by the Armada's Nick Erb.
Nick Erb's going to be under a lot of pressure today. From the start, Chateau and Tucker getting down this left-hand side, overlapping runs, getting at people, dribbling, putting him on his back foot. Nick Erb's dealt with it very well for the first few minutes, though.
Here is Tucker set to throw it in for Columbus United. He'll throw it all the way back to Bruno Garcia. Kavif giving chase, and they'll switch it over to Damian Dominguez, Carrollton, Georgia native, 6'5", as I mentioned. Not a whole lot of size on this roster. Well, Dominguez is their size. He's a tall, big-bodied defender there in the middle of the field at 6'5", getting ready for his junior season at Georgia Southwestern. Used to play at Florida Atlantic, so some familiarity for a player in Dominguez with 3 of the guys in the starting lineup for the Armada. You talk about Noah Kavif, as well as Oliver Moller-Jensen and Sebastian Zettel, all Florida Atlantic burrowing Owls. The mighty burrowing Owls, Jamal.
The mighty burrowing Owls.
They burrow.
Is that what they do?
Yeah, well, these specific owls at Florida Atlantic, they're burrowing owls.
Ah.
Some live in trees. These guys live in the ground. Here's Zettel in the middle of the field, sends it ahead, looking for Oliver Moller-Jensen behind the defense, and the flag is up. Offside is the call against OMJ, as he went one-on-one with Mateus Campos, your guy between the nets for Columbus United, as he is down on the ground, and they're going to bring on the training staff to come take a look at the 6-foot Brazilian playing his college ball at Rio Grande.
Cheeky little ball in behind.
Oh, it looks like it just deflected. The ball popped up and hit him in the head there. No contact with OMJ, but looks like that ball struck him in the head, and we'll get a look from the training staff for Columbus United.
I think one of the things you've got to look at is just Zettel and Illuminato have just been given, and it's very, very smart from a great decision to make the adjustment from Coach Krasanovic to put Shanley in that deep line midfield position. It just gives Lisa license to Illuminato and Zettel just to get forward. It frees them up, allows for them to express themselves in that creative area in that final third. And, you know, when they do get that space, that's the type of ball that they can just put through.
You see head coach Tommy Krasanovic leading this Jacksonville Armada squad, and we mentioned 2 years ago it was head coach Tommy Kay and the boys in blue winning this Gulf Coast Conference Championship, on their way to a spot in the Elite Eight, made it all the way down to the regional final before eventually falling to Tulsa Athletic. Tonight they have a chance to once again make another nice playoff run, as the boys in blue, well, they're playing tonight in the Gulf Coast Sunshine Conference Championship, as they continue to look at Mateus Campos there. He's back on, at least on his backside, and now they'll help him up. So good to see number one, man between the pipes for Columbus, back to his feet, as he looks to be all right and ready to continue. You take a look there at head coach Brett Teach on the right in that black shirt with the white hat on. Your head coach for the visiting team from Columbus United, also the head coach at Mount St. Mary, so a college coach as well. Definitely a veteran college coach, 30-plus years with stops at VCU, Georgia State, Oglethorpe. He's been all over the place, and this roster and definitely reflects it with a lot of the players that he has ties to over the course of his college career. As we get that whistle blown, and let's see what we're looking at. No, they're going to have Noah Kavif back off a little bit, although he was well off 10 yards. But all right, we're back underway here in the 14th minute after that injury time there for the keeper, Mateus Campos. Good to see him back up and ready to go. Jacksonville's keeper, Jeremy Costi, another veteran guy, 25 years old, from Genelac, France. Just graduated from Oral Roberts a couple of years back, 6'2", and definitely a player who has been one of the stalwarts on this Jacksonville Armada roster. 7 clean sheets over the course of this season. He has been tremendous in goal for the boys in blue. So 15 minutes in, Jamal, we're coming off a little injury break there. Both teams need to find a way to kind of get back into rhythm. We were really back and forth there up until that goal for Noah Kavif kind of broke things up there in the 6th minute.
Yeah, and I mean, that's how most games start, right? One team wants to try and gain possession, the other team just setting up shop.
Here's a cross from Oliver Muller-Jensen, almost finds its way through, gets to Giancarlo Vaccaro. He settles and drops to Miles Shanley. We mentioned Shanley will be playing more of a defensive midfielder position, so a player to watch there in that middle of the field. Here is Vaccaro being defended by Canagua, and Jacksonville will drop it back to draw out that defense of Columbus. Nice job there. Tommy Munoz able to keep his feet, falls to Evans DePa, and now Jacksonville takes it away. Here's Giancarlo Vaccaro streaking down the far side, can't quite get to it. Goes across that orange line on the field. As mentioned a little earlier, keep an eye on the orange lines, ignore the white ones. Those, of course, for the Edward Waters University football team. Getting ready for another big year in the SIAC. Just officially made Division II. They finished their transition earlier this week. So exciting news for the Tigers. We once again appreciate them being our playoff hosts here for the 2024 NPSL postseason. Long ball looking for Chateau, and the flag is up. An offside call against Xavier Chateau.
Just a few giveaways in that midfield third from defenders in the build on the side of the Armada, but from both teams really. They've, you know, obviously under a lot of pressure right now, but this is where they need their composure.
For Jacksonville, that's Paul Danner ahead to Noah Kavif, but doesn't have a lot of help around him. Has to dance with the ball, finally loses it out of bounds. Columbus gets the throw in right at midfield. You see the head coaches shouting out instructions, trying to get their players to figure it out here early on in this feeling out process. As mentioned, both teams unfamiliar with each other, haven't played each other all year. That was one of the weird things about the format this year here in the NPSL Gulf Coast Sunshine Conference. Nice job there by Nick Erb to take it away. Tries to send the through ball to Oliver Muller-Jensen, deflect it out. It'll be a throw in for the Armada. This year, the Gulf Coast Sunshine Conference kind of split up into two halves. The sunshiny half. I say sunshiny because there are teams in the Sunshine State that weren't in that half. But anyhow, Naples, Global Soccer Pathways, Miami, and Jacksonville on one side. Tallahassee, Pensacola, New Orleans, and Columbus on the other side. Now, you played everybody on your side 2 or 3 times, and then you also played one team from the other side 2 times. So for Columbus, they played Naples twice as you get a foul against Jacksonville. Free kick for Columbus. They played Naples twice. In fact, they picked up a win against Naples United over at Kinnett Stadium in Columbus, Georgia. The Jacksonville Armada played New Orleans twice, earning a draw and a victory in their cross-divisional matchups. Long ball sent by Columbus, looking for Fontenot. Callum Frogson sends it back to Costi. He'll go ahead to Danner, and now Danner will push it forward. Good job there by Jacksonville to defuse that run, as they'll look to possess in the back end. Here in the 19th minute, up early 1-0 on a Noah Kavif header on a beautiful, beautiful ball sent in by Antonio Illuminato. Looked as though Columbus had cleared, but Illuminato kept it in, and then from just outside the 18, corner of the 18, sends a beautiful ball across the face of goal, and there was Kavif to head it into the corner. Well done by number 9 for the Jacksonville Armada with his 5th goal of the season. So this is the Gulf Coast Sunshine Conference in the NPSL. This championship will decide who moves on to the Final 4 of the South Region playoffs. And we'll be keeping an eye on those other teams in the South Region, as the winner of this matchup will head to North Carolina. It'll be a road game no matter who wins this one and who wins the other one. The winner of Appalachian FC and Hickory FC will play host to either the Armada or Columbus United. Take a look at section 904. Repping the bold city in the 904. So great to have them once again on hand here to support the boys in blue as they do each and every week. This ball sent ahead. Kavif looking to center. And there's a big hit check foul by Paul Danner. It'll be a free kick as Josiah Fontenot goes down for Columbus. Danner has played a big part in this defense, not only tonight so far, but all season long for the Armada, Jamal.
Absolutely, yeah. He's been a mainstay in there. He's been solid, defended extremely well, and a big part of this back line for the Armada, as you said.
Pushing forward is Columbus. Nice through ball to Kowata, but Jacksonville knocks it away. And now pushing the other direction. Giancarlo Vaccaro on the far side has Muller-Jensen making a run towards the middle of the field. He gets around Dominguez. Tries to, gets it knocked away by Devin Vital, so nice help defense from the outside back for Columbus. Another long ball sent, but a little too long and into the fence there. One thing about this field, not a lot of room to work with between the touchline and the fencing. So you'll notice some of these long balls are gonna go into the stands, gonna go into the side fencing, and that's because it's a little bit of a tight confine down there, this portion of the field. Here's a nice through ball by Noah Kavif, but well done by Mohamed Tucker. The 5'8" defender from Richmond, Virginia, knocks it away. Well done to keep it away from a great run.
Yes, definitely. It's something that they've got to keep in their minds right now. And I mean, Mohamed Tucker has dealt with it very well, but the width of the field. Obviously, this field being mainly for American football.
Here's Illuminato, sends it into the middle to Kavif, gets it knocked away. No foul called as Kavif hits the turf, and Columbus will look to head the other way.
Yeah, as I was saying, a field that's basically for American football converted to soccer just to hold games like this tonight. It's very, very difficult to try and use that width.
Here's Oliver Muller-Jensen, goes to the middle of the field. Sends it to Vaccaro. just outside the 18. Back towards the middle of the
Great
field.
ball.
Finds OMJ. Knocked away by Mohamed Tucker. This will be a throw-in for the Armada right down by the corner flag.
Very, very tense. Very, very tense. Very, very tense.
Take another look at this one. Vaccaro with a beautiful through ball just between four red jerseys, but couldn't get by the fifth one as Tucker comes in. The junior from Virginia Commonwealth University, VCU, knocks it away. And Jacksonville will get that throw in down by the corner.
Ollie thought he was actually going to get his 10th of the season there, didn't he? Just inches. And that's all it takes in these games, being able to cut off those inches for the opposition. And Columbus have done quite well.
Here is Micah Thomas, one of the first times we've said his name today, with the long throw in. One more, Nick Erb. Erb sends it into the middle, taken down in the box is Kavich. Still alive, Illuminato off the crossbar and in, but the referee gives an offside down by the corner flag on the near side. Looks like there was an offside call. We'll have to take another look at this one, but regardless, it is not a goal for the Jacksonville Armada, despite a wonderful strike off that top crossbar. You take a look at this one. Nick Erb sends that first ball in.
Another lovely little ball in behind. There's contact made, and I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't look as though he was offside. There might have been a little wrestling prior to that.
The thing is that the pass would have happened significantly earlier.
Right.
Well earlier, before the run was made, resulting in what would have been the second goal of the match. But
confusing one there from the referee.
No matter what, we are on to a Columbus attack here. Middle of the field, it's Kawata. He'll send it to the far side, and Columbus trying to find their equalizer. Vital sending long to Fontenot. Cuts his way back into the middle of the field. Well defended by Paul Danner. We've said this guy's a bulldog as he knocks that ball away. They're going to call a foul.
Touch on the ball.
Even though the ball, you clearly saw the ball. That's fine. Foul is called on Paul Danner. Of course, he wears that captain's armband tonight for the Jacksonville Armada. Gets a quick chat from our referee. We take another look at this one.
Closer view on this one. Yeah, he's gone through the back of him. He might have had a touch on the ball, but a challenge from behind.
That's a no-no, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good decision. Good decision by the referee there.
Here is, yes, here is Rafa Kawata. He was our player to watch coming into this one. Had a huge game against Pensacola. Goal and an assist as they earned that 2-1 victory in the semifinals of the Gulf Coast Sunshine Conference. He will be set to take this free kick. Plenty of red jerseys here, so look out Jacksonville. This ball headed away at the last moment by Nick Erb. Kept in for the moment by Chateau. As he looks to regroup, sent to the near side as Devin Vital. Now down the line he goes to Canagua. Tries to set it in. Nicely done to Fontenot. Fontenot takes a rip, and that's into the student housing section at Edward Waters University. That thing absolutely blasted over the fence. Will be a goal kick for the Jacksonville Armada. By the way, I want to mention our officials for tonight's matchup. Head referee Camille Sikora, assistant referee Luke Devos and Carl Cameron, and your fourth official Tanas Bitro. So those are our men in green this evening. We got red, we got blue, we got green, we got all the colors here as you take a look at Camille Sikora. Was talking with the officials here before this one. It's hot. It's going to be hot. I hope they hydrate as much as the players do, because this is one of those sports where, well, they're going to run around quite a bit as well. So hopefully they had a good hydration plan coming into this thing. I know we do up here in the booth. Here's Micah Thomas looking to center. That a little off the mark, but he goes back and makes up for his mistake. Sends it long. Oliver Moeller-Jensen behind the defense.
Can he get his 10th?
And deflected away by Campos.
Great stuff from Micah Thomas there, winning the ball high up the field. Exactly what he's backing the side for, to be able to go out there and create. Ollie, can you get your 10th? You get sent through on goal. He's connected with the ball beautifully there, but this is a fantastic save.
Yeah, wonderful save there by Campos as he knocks it away. We get another corner kick, a Campione Law corner for the Jacksonville Armada.
Fingertips right around the post there. Great opportunity.
Here is Jacksonville. High in swinging ball, but right into the midst of Campos.
He's got his confidence up now, hasn't he?
He does,
He's coming for everything now.
Plays it short. A little dangerous hand pass there. But Columbus will clear it away. And Jacksonville resets in their back line.
Very, very good in the build-up, Columbus. But as soon as they get into this middle and final third, they just don't necessarily seem as though they're threatening. You don't want to say anything too soon, but coming up against a team like the Armada.
Love that little flick by Tonio Illuminato to Herb. And Oliver Moeller-Jensen will give chase as this ball goes all the way across the end line for a goal kick Columbus.
It's a great matchup, though. Great matchup. 26 minutes in, we've seen pretty much even in the possession category. Goals scored, obviously, a little bit different, right? Chances created on the Armada's in the Armada's favor, I'm sure.
And hey, look, give credit to Columbus. You give up an early goal, things can go one of two ways, right? They were able to bounce back real quickly and settle themselves down. After that 6-minute goal, Jacksonville has not been able to find the back of the net again. You remember, literally 1 week ago. Well, the goals were coming early and often in that one. In a 9-0 victory on this very same field here at Edward Waters University. Kaviv able to put his back to the defender there. Nice through ball. Here comes Giancarlo Vaccaro. It's knocked away by Dominguez for Columbus. Will be a throw-in for the Armada.
Not many players that you see that can keep up with Vaccaro, but Dominguez has got a little bit of pace in there. The number 2 for Columbus. Great ball again from Zettel to send him through.
You see Tommy Krasanovic, head coach for the Armada, giving some last instructions there to Micah Thomas as he heads down to give this, take your time, as he gets set to go make this throw in. We mentioned Micah Thomas, a guy who certainly comes up big in the big matchups. We saw it in the U.S. Open Cup a year ago with a dramatic game-tying goal for the Jacksonville Armada. Huge one there from Micah. Only 19 years old, but so much potential and so much talent in that player for the Jacksonville Armada. Wearing the number 3 today, a little number switch from Micah. Switching it up from 14 to a single digit, went down to 3. 3 is my lucky number, so I think he's going to make a big play tonight. How's that?
I mean, he's a left back. 3's a number, isn't it, for a left back?
Yeah, it works. More than 14.
14's more attacking, mate. Because all I think of when I hear 14 is Thierry Henry. So
sure. This sport, maybe more than so many others, the numbers are just so important. Well, listen, American football, as you get a foul in the midfield by Jacksonville. Chateau taken down by Zettel. And this will be a free kick as our referee gives a quick chat to the Jacksonville Armada player. Says, one more time. You get one more, and then we're in trouble. A quick talking to there as he chats with, excuse me, that was Illuminato, not Zettel. So it'll be a free kick opportunity now for Columbus from about 38 yards out. I can confidently say it's 38 yards out because we got numbers on the field telling us how far it is away from where the goal is. You just add 10 to whatever number you see down there. A little quick math for you. Canagua sends ahead to Tucker. Has a runner in Chateau. Instead, we'll drop it all the way back to Canagua.
Good shape from the Armada, although there is a couple yards now that you're starting to see in between the defensive line and the midfield line as the ball goes forward. I hope they can keep that close.
Ball ahead to Munoz, headed down, and Micah Thomas halfway clears, falls to Shanley. Shanley comes in hard, and that's a big foul against the tall center defensive midfielder for Jacksonville, Miles Shanley, who takes a moment here to get back to his feet after a hard collision with the ground there. Comes in flying and takes out Rafa Kawata in the process. Quick play by Columbus, shot, knocked away. And here's Kaviv, he'll send it long, but nobody there. So that ball will roll harmlessly into the Columbus half. And I don't know why Tucker chased that down so hard, because that was going to be one that went out of bounds. As we get our hydration break here in the first half, we mentioned it is hot. We take a quick replay here, take a look at Columbus playing quick. Ball knocked away as Tommy Munoz tried to make something happen after a quick restart. He tried to catch that defense napping a little bit and maybe take advantage of an opportunity. So 30 minutes in, Jamal, Jacksonville leads this thing 1-0. What's Tommy Krasanovic telling to the boys in blue right now?
Keep working hard. I think that the system is working, how they've set up positionally. Everybody knows their roles and responsibility in this group. There hasn't been an awful lot of changes throughout the season where people are trying to reinvent positions. So
they heard me, by the way. They're getting their hydration break
in
too. Get that hydration plan going.
It's definitely needed. If you watch the pre-game for this game.
You mean us sweating?
Yeah, you're just completely covered in sweat. It's 110 degrees on that turf. I kid you not.
Oh, look at that. We got hydration break graphics. That baby, Tristan in the truck taking care of it. I hope the fans out there are hydrating too.
Well, they're hydrating in they're hydrating with the proper stuff though.
course, we here in the booth, we got some too, right? Yeah, we're hydrating as well. You know, we've listened to the first alert weather forecast from Mike Bursch at Action News Jackson. We're drinking our water here.
Of course.
Drink your water, yeah.
Cheers, mate. Cheers.
Cheers to the hydration break as we bring you inside the booth here on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. As a little reset, I'm Stuart Weber here alongside with Jamal Johnson once again for Jacksonville Armada Soccer. This is a big one. This is the National Premier Soccer League Gulf Coast Sunshine Conference Championship. Really easy to say if you say it enough times. You just keep saying it, you get used to saying it. Jamal will just say it's a big one.
It's a big one.
It's a big one.
It's a big one.
Yeah, it's a big matchup and a big soccer weekend all across the globe, as many folks will be enjoying games today, tomorrow, all throughout the weekend. And at halftime, we'll try and get you some updates on some of those other big matchups going on across the southern region. We mentioned that there's some games that we're certainly keeping an eye on. We're watching the scoreboard, and we'll keep you up to date on those throughout the evening as we get just about ready to restart this thing here at Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium on the campus of Edward Waters University. Big thanks again to EWU for hosting us for this playoff run tonight, last week, and whatever future matchups may happen. There is still some possibilities for some future home games. That is all TBD. What you got to do is you got to win this one, and then you got to win the next one. All you got to do is keep worrying about the game in front of you.
Most definitely, and I do think
the players do. We don't. We can plan ahead. That's our job.
No, and I think what I was trying to say during the hydration break is that Tommy's message would definitely be just keep doing what you're doing, closing down those spaces. Don't get lazy. And there's the first sign.
Is that the lazy one you're talking about right there?
There's the first sign of it there. This is what happens. You're half an hour into it. You've been on top. They gain a little bit of confidence with every single tackle that's lost, right? So this is a tough area now for them to defend.
He gets a touch on the ball, but Chateau goes down.
Again from behind.
Yeah, you can. You got to be careful with that.
In that area, you know, the player goes down. Easy to convince the referee to make a decision there.
That was Chateau taken down by Nick Erb. It'll be a big free kick chance here for Rafa Kawata. 5 goals on the season for the Brazilian forward. 3-man wall for the Jacksonville Armada. Jeremy Costi in net. Here's the ball sent in to the side off the post. Still alive and knocked off the line by Miles Shanley.
Unbelievable.
Still alive, and here's an opportunity. A little bicycle kick back into the box. Still alive and into the arms of Jeremy Costi. What a sequence that was, as you see Miles Shanley come up huge after the initial shot goes off the post.
Unreal stuff there from Columbus, and they quite almost got themselves on the score sheet there. Here's another look at it again. Massive gaping hole there on the right hand side of the Costi, and he ends up hitting him on the post. Shanley gets a blocking with his head somehow, some way, and it comes back in with a bike. Comes back in with a bicycle kick. Unreal stuff in the final.
That is using your head by Miles Shanley, doing anything possible. Keep that thing out of the net.
Gotta put your body on the line. Gotta put your body on the line.
The St. Augustine native, currently a junior at Flagler College, doing exactly that. Here's Columbus now, pushing forward once again. It's Fontenot in the middle of the field, dispossessed by Shanley. Nice job there by Miles to come back and help on defense. Ball sent long by but nobody there. Oliver Muller-Jensen was coming back to help instead of making that run down the near side.
Finding it very difficult down this side, Ollie, tonight, just to get his freedom, you know, on this right-hand side. And I think that Nick Herb has got to be more patient in possession when he does win it back, just to give him the opportunity to shake, you know what I mean? He's got to be able to shake Tucker. Tucker's a good player, and you can tell already, even going forward with the ball, he's beautiful stuff going forward. But defensively, he's right there as well.
Ball sent long, headed wisely back by Danner. And now rolled back out to the Jacksonville defender, Paul Danner. You get a look at Section 904 in the background, waving the flags as the crowd has continued to grow here at Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium. Big shout out to all the fans coming out to support their boys in blue. Oliver Muller-Jensen disrupts. Shanley keeps alive. Here's Jacksonville now, a chance to push forward. They'll possess in the middle of the field. That 3-man midfield tightly put together there in a little triangle. And now they spread it out, as Jacksonville likes to do, and use those outside backs. Here's Zettel, sending long to Oliver Muller-Jensen, brings
What
it
a
down on his right,
touch.
has one defender, it's Tucker, sends it to the near side, Nick Erb on his right foot, back to the middle, but nobody there for Jacksonville. Was hoping for Erb to take a shot there. Was Oliver Muller-Jensen, yeah.
There's trouble there.
So Columbus will try to break back the other way. Munoz looking for help, has to slow it down, really wanted to play it fast, but nobody there in the jerseys in red. As you see a great job there in the middle by Antonio Illuminato. Here's Zettel, sends it long, middle of the field, Kavif trying to get it past Tucker and get it to OMJ, able to fight back and get it. Here's Oliver Muller-Jensen, inside the box, takes a rip, deflected out. It'll be a throw-in for Jacksonville. Good job there by Bruno Garcia as the action's going end-to-end at this point, Jamal.
This is a proper game.
This is fun.
Kavif does so well to get it out to Ollie. A little snapshot. Ball underneath his feet, still able to get a shot away, but good defending there from Depar to get that block on there.
Quick throw in by Jacksonville. Here is Erb sending it all the way across the field. Vaccaro tracks it down, but as he tries to keep it in, loses possession. And now Columbus tries to break the other way. Well done, stepping in front. Sebastian Zettel. Zettel now with a cross into the box. Depar settles, still has time.
Good composure there.
Good composure there, because you're inside the box there, right on the edge of the 6.
Quality stuff.
Another nice takeaway, well done by Nick Erb to cut through that passing lane and push forward. Edge of the 18, into the middle he goes, looking for Kavif. That's deflected down, right to Campos for the keeper of Columbus.
Exciting stuff, and it is end-to-end, as you said. A lot more action going on in the Columbus end, though.
And this is what we expected in this one. It's a conference championship game. As you see Columbus pushing forward, Fontenot will drop it back to Depar. Depar now to the near side, and Munoz has options left and right, drops back to Depar again. He'll cut back to the left, finds Chateau now. Back he goes to Canagua, and a shot from distance. Up and over the crossbar, into the other crossbar. We got 2 crossbars there. Hit the yellow one. That'll be a goal kick for Jacksonville. What a rip there by, I believe that was Rafa Kawata. You take a look. Yeah, just takes an absolute rip, and it hits the American football goal post and deflects down. So that'll be a goal kick for Jacksonville.
Better football, though, from Columbus.
Yeah.
A lot more assertive in possession. Now you've seen the likes of Depar getting involved in the game. Canagua getting little touches to free up the likes of Munoz and the real threats in that Columbus starting striking line.
And they certainly do have some very, very talented players. Kawata and Chateau. Even Fontenot, even though he hasn't scored any goals yet this season, we've seen him score goals against this Jacksonville team in the past. Nice ball ahead by Depar, still alive. Shanley heads it down. Depar gets it back, takes a rip. It deflects and might have caught Miles there in a unfortunate spot. This will be a goal kick, or a corner kick, excuse me, for Columbus United.
And as we spoke about maybe around 10 minutes ago, just after the water break, coming back in, you're starting to see a few lapses in concentration. And in the finals game, those lapses in concentration are the things what end you up conceding and putting yourself in a terrible
quick corner
position.
there by Kawata, headed away by Jacksonville's Micah Thomas. Callum Frogson, still alive. Columbus, Kawata on the edge of the 18, takes a shot, deflects off the arm of Shanley and into the back of the net.
It was coming. It was coming.
It was going on net, but that deflection off the arm of Miles Shanley puts it into the back of the net, and Columbus United equalizes in the 40th minute.
It's got to be pressure. Caught on the quick one, right? Caught on the quick one. Corner comes in short. Nick Herb has allowed his man to come inside. He's got to do a little bit more, but it's come off the right shoulder of Shanley, trying to get his body in the way again to take it past Costi, and he's going to be upset with that one. He's going to be upset with that.
That's an unfortunate goal allowed by the Jacksonville Armada as Columbus equalizes in the 40th minute. Kawata with that strike deflects off of Shanley and into the back of the net. And just like that, we're right back to level as the first half comes closer to a close. Less than 5 minutes to go here in the first half.
Have to stay positive, have to keep yourselves engaged, regardless of the heat, regardless of being able to keep those lines tight. Need to put your body on the line, need to be able to be switched on when there's short corners. It's disappointing, right? Last 5 minutes of the game, as you said, with the first half. That's where you need to be concentrated even more. You need to be switched on even more.
And Columbus had been bringing the pressure, had been bringing some scoring opportunities there in those last 10, 15 minutes or so. So it's not an entirely huge surprise as foul committed there by Zettel in the middle of the field. It'll be a free kick for Columbus.
Kawata there showing his worth, mate. Little cheeky little Megs there.
It's like he was a player to watch or something. Here's Mohamed Tucker sending it long, looking for Chateau as he gets bodied off the ball. Callum Frogson's going to have to possess this as he got a touch on it.
Great stuff.
Given away by Shanley in the middle of the field, but Zettel comes back to get it. Here's Kawata, middle of the field, sends a little chip, and it'll come right to Costi.
You're starting to see Kawata come inside a little bit more. He's seeing his mates getting a little bit more possession in that final third, and he's hungry, he sees blood in the water. Now, these are the times where you've got to capitalise if you are Columbus. Get on the ball, be brave, want the ball in that final third, and get shots off. 5 minutes left, though, to this first half. Good touch from Thomas.
So just a few minutes left before the break. Of course, we should have a few minutes of stoppage time after that early injury timeout for Mateus Campos and the hydration break. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get 4, maybe 5 minutes. So still plenty of time for Jacksonville or Columbus to try and turn the momentum around or build on it. If you're Columbus United, you have the momentum on your side now. You're possessing the ball a lot more. You found the back of the net. You had a great opportunity before you even scored. So Columbus certainly has the momentum late in the first half. For Jacksonville, can you either retake it or just survive these last few minutes, get to the locker room, regroup, and then come back out stronger in the second half? And that is the key for both of these teams here over these last few minutes. Here's Chateau. Quick little pass to Munoz. Munoz on the near side. Drops back now to Tucker. Defended by OMJ. He'll send it back one more to Depay. Plenty of room for number 8 of Columbus United. Finally sends across, just a little too much mustard on that hot dog. That'll be a throw-in for Jacksonville.
Good possession again from Columbus in the build. Just gained that confidence, as you've said now. They just look more and more confidence, more and more momentum, and the pendulum swung now, right?
Well held by Illuminato there. 1-2 pass from Shanley to Vaccaro. Shanley has it at midfield. He's like, what am I doing here? I need to be back there on defense. You got me making key passes. Well, that's part of it. When you play that midfield position, even in a defensive type position, you still have to be involved in a lot of this buildup. Jacksonville sends to midfield. Here's Oliver Muller-Jensen ahead to Nick Erb, making that run down the near side. Surrounded by red jerseys, loses possession, taken away by Chateau. And Chateau will drop it back to the middle of this field and Bruno Garcia. Into the 45th minute of this first half of action. Appreciate everyone watching us tonight on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. As mentioned, if you miss any of this game, you can catch the replays tomorrow at 9, 2, and 7. And then we'll have it on the YouTube page Monday at 1 o'clock. So plenty of opportunities to catch this matchup over the next couple days and then beyond, as we contend in this Gulf Coast Sunshine Conference Championship matchup. Long ball sent ahead, looking for Fontenot, heads it down. Here's Kawata, edge of the 18, centers it back in. Callum Frogson gets the touch, looks to clear, still alive, bounces off of Danner. They're going to say no handball there. And for Columbus, here's Devin Vital, and he gets taken down. A foul in the edge of the attacking third. And we may have our first booking. Let's see what the head official determines here is. No, we'll be all right with this one. Devin Vital back to his feet. But here is another key spot as we enter stoppage time in this first half. So Rafa Kawata set to take this free kick from about 25, 26 yards out. On his right foot, sends it up and into the box, still alive, and into the arms of Costi. Great opportunity there as you saw Dominguez make that run up and join the attack. Looks like he was the one who got his foot on it, but it comes right to Costi without too much pace. The French keeper able to haul it in.
Dominguez has been a threat on set pieces. He's been the player that they're looking for to get on the ball in those tight areas in the box.
Here's another opportunity for Columbus. DePa now on the midfield. Shanley takes a swipe at it.
So technical, this Columbus side. They've got some very, very, very good players, and we see it again on.
Here's Chateau back in the middle of the field. Fontenot had an opportunity there, but falls down, and Costi able to get to it, fortunately for Jacksonville.
As we're talking about the technical players in this group, just turning on a knife edge there. Brilliant stuff. Gets himself in behind. A slip in the penalty box.
Jacksonville wants to play it quick, but they'll have to bring it back to midfield here.
Great first half of football.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun to watch, as you'd expect from two teams that have both won a pair of playoff games to get to this point. Go figure, the two teams that had byes fall at home in the conference semifinals. So a little bit of an interesting twist there, as the two teams that had the home field advantage weren't able to keep it. Jacksonville and Columbus both advancing to this conference title game. We are in stoppage time. Not sure how many minutes. I believe it was about 4 or 5 given from our fourth official. Here's a long ball intercepted by Tucker, as it couldn't quite get to OMJ, but now Vaccaro has it middle of the field, sends to the near side. Oliver Muller-Jensen, little cross, headed away by Dominguez. Well done by the tall center defender for Columbus United. Some physical play there right at midfield between Shanley and Josiah Fontenot. As we are in stoppage time here of the first half. Keep an eye on our head referee as this ball comes back for Jacksonville. Let's see what they're able to do here with these final few minutes and perhaps a final opportunity here in the first half. Jacksonville going ahead early on that 6-minute goal from Noah Kavith. The equalizer coming from Rafa Kawata of Columbus United. Jacksonville looking to build from the back. Here's Nick Erb on the near side. Erb heading into his sophomore season at High Point. Send it back to this back line of Jacksonville. And now they'll switch it all the way over to Paul Danner. You can see Miles Shanley has dropped into more of a defensive role, one we're more familiar seeing him in. Right in the center of the field. Now he'll send ahead. And a ball sent ahead by Kawata. Jacksonville's got to be careful. Here's Costi. Heads it out all the way to that bench. Needs to get back towards the net. Highly contested there at midfield. It'll be looks like a throw in for Columbus United, and they'll play it quick. Stay with us, by the way, at half, because we will have your first half highlights. We'll take a look at some of the stats as the halftime whistle blows here at Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium on the campus of Edward Waters University. That is 45 minutes in the books. We are right where we started, tied up, both teams scoring in the first half. Appreciate everybody joining us tonight on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network for this NPSL Gulf Coast Sunshine Conference. We head to the half, tied up at 1 goal apiece. Noah Kavith scoring for the good guys as we head to the break. Much more coming up on the halftime show. Stay with us. People helping people is at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From 1954 to 2024, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. That commitment includes a partnership with the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team as the presenting sponsor of all Armada men's and women's broadcasts this summer. Action Sports Jacks and Alive Credit Union, a partnership that just makes sense when it comes to covering Northeast Florida. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of our first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
Imagine a brokerage platform that gives agents the flexibility to move between comp plans so that they can spend their entire career in one place while earning stock and recruiting other agents. And imagine the entire enterprise is created and backed by a proven industry innovator. Now imagine this platform already exists. Imagine you own this platform. Imagine how large you can grow. How much revenue share you can earn. Just imagine.
This is Jacksonville University. It's not just a perfect place for sunny waterfront beauty shots. Although, here you choose the future you want. How? By defining it yourself. You customize your path and make it one of a kind. You want to build a future where you decide what impact you make? You want to create a life that's limited by nothing but your own ingenuity? You've come to the right place.
International soccer returns this summer. Don't miss your chance to see teams from the biggest league in the world in Jacksonville as they compete for their first trophy of the season, the Stateside Cup. Be there when Premier League clubs Wolves and West Ham take the pitch July 27th at Everbank Stadium, home of the Jaguars. With the series trophy on the line, competition will be fierce. Tickets on sale now for as low as $35. Buy your tickets today at StatesideCup.com.
Welcome back to Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium here on the campus of Edward Waters University. You're watching this NPSL Gulf Coast Sunshine Conference Championship game on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. Welcome into the broadcast booth. I am Stuart Weber here alongside Jamal Johnson, bringing you all the action tonight between the Jacksonville Armada and Columbus United FC. And Jamal, what a great first 45 minutes this was. This is exactly what we expected. Two very talented teams. Back and forth they go. Both teams on the scoreboard, and we find ourselves tied at 1 at the half.
Yeah, tied at 1, but there's been plenty of opportunities for both teams to be able to create. Highlight space there for them to create. As we can see here, opportunities have been thick and fast, right? Great ball in here from Illuminata, just to pick out his make and beat to get that first finish of the night. And it really set them off for an exciting first half.
But not too many threatening moments from Jacksonville after that point. Columbus with far more as the half would go on. Now, Jacksonville did have opportunities, don't get me wrong, but Columbus had the better of it as far as their chances on goal as that first half went along. You take a look at Oliver Moeller-Jensen, puts one on frame there, forces Campos to make a big play. This was the craziest sequence of the game so far. Post, face, bicycle, you're getting it all in one sequence all at once, and finally falls to Costi. But of course,
this is where you saw the opportunity is coming even more so, right? But here we are, Oliver Moeller-Jensen trying to get himself back on that score sheet. Space in between again, comes off the American football crossbar.
10 seconds of stats.
Here's the goal.
And Kawata proving to be a big offensive threat, just takes a rip, and you take a look at this thing curling back and goes off the shoulder of Shanley. As a veteran defender for the Armada, he's going to be upset about that one, and certainly that is part of the game. We find ourselves tied. You take a look at our halftime stats. I mentioned Columbus with more of the offensive attack. 7 total shots, 4 of them on goal to Jacksonville's 3 shots and 1 on goal. 2 corners so far for Columbus. Jacksonville getting 1, and plenty of fouls from both sides, but we've yet to see a booking here in this first half. As we take a look now at some games around the league, and really this is what matters, right? These are the other teams remaining in the South, in this South region of the NPSL. I can actually get you a score update from that Southeast Conference Championship. Hickory has just gone ahead 1-0 on the road at Appalachian FC. So 2 North Carolina teams doing battle in the Southeast Conference. The winner of tonight's matchup heads on the road to face the winner of that Southeast Conference Championship. Meanwhile, in the Lone Star Conference Championship, West Texas FC playing host to the Denton Diablos. That one a little bit later on tonight, as they are a central time zone team. So we'll certainly keep our eye on that Southeast Conference Championship as we keep an eye on the Gulf Coast Sunshine Conference Championship. Time for a quick break here on the halftime show. When we come back, much more from the Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium on the campus of Edward Waters. Stay with us.
1 and
Ancla Dorada. The official bear of your Jacksonville Armada.
The Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network is streaming. I'm Stuart Weber, and I'm here to teach you a nice three-step process on how you can watch all your favorite programming, from the Brent and Austin Show every weekday 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or the Cup Date with me. It's fantastic. We talk NASCAR. It's a great time. Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. All right, first step, easy. Download the Action News Jacks app. You probably already have it downloaded on your phone, so you might already have that one taken care of. Step 2, see that stack of pancakes up there? You click that stack of pancakes, and it's going to bring down step number 3, which is a full screen of all the different streams that you can click on, including the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 stream. You click that, the video's rocking and rolling on your mobile device. You're watching all the shows you want to, and you're having a good time. You can also do it on your smart TV with the Action News Jacks Now app. I do it on my Samsung TV at home. It's a great way to watch it on a nice, large screen for all the content. That's the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. Hope you can find it.
It's a new logo, new branding. With Bold City Heating and Air, it's an old school approach. One of the few locally owned and operated air conditioning businesses left in Jacksonville.
It's hot, Florida in the summer. You can't do much to avoid it, but you can keep cool with Bold City Heating and Air.
It's every customer counts kind of service, from when these trucks have pulled up to my home over the last couple of years and when they pull into your driveway as well. From communication to pricing to the actual service, everyone at Bold City Heating and Air cares about you. You know who is coming to your house. You know they will be well trained, and they will respect your home. Air conditioning convenience at boldcityac.com.
Stay cool while it gets hot. Bold City Heating and Air can help. Don't get caught sweating all summer. boldcityac.com, and they have financing to help. New systems starting at $110 a month and $50 off any repairs.
Stay safe, stay comfortable with Bold City Heating and Air at boldcityac.com. Homegrown in your hometown.
International soccer returns to Jacksonville later this month. Don't miss your chance to see teams from the biggest league in the world here in Northeast Florida as they compete for their first trophy of the season, the Stateside Cup. Be there when Premier League clubs West Ham and Wolves take the pitch 2 weeks from tonight, July 27th at Everbank Stadium, home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Tickets are on sale now for as low as $35 at statesidecup.com. Hey, welcome back to the campus of Edward Waters University. We are tied at the half, 1-1 your score in this Gulf Coast Sunshine Conference matchup between the visiting Columbus United FC and your home team, the boys in blue, the Jacksonville Armada men's under 23 team. Hey, we want to let you know about a great collaboration between the Jacksonville Armada and Ruby Beach Brewing. And now is the time you can stop by Ruby Beach and stock up your coolers with Ancla Dorado. Celebrate your weekends with a refreshing 4.8% Mexican lager. And this just in, cans are now available for purchase at Ruby Beach. For a while now, Jamal, these things have only been on the tap. They finally have them canned. You can swing by the downtown location, go pick yourself up a little Ancla Dorada, and enjoy a little Mexican lager here and support the Jacksonville Armada and one of their big sponsors, Ruby Beach Brewing. So I'm glad they finally got these things in the cans. You can take it home and enjoy it by the pool. It's summer in Florida. Ancla Dorada, now available at Ruby Beach Brewing. By the way, Ruby Beach Brewing will be playing host to the Seasons Awards Party. That's coming up tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Section 904 does this each and every year. They hand out some hardware to some of the top individual performers on this Jacksonville Armada team. They do a vote, find out who the player of the year is, offensive, defensive, and some recognition for head coach Tommy Krzanovich as well. Each and every year they do this. You can go and join the fun. Come meet some of the players. Come meet some of the diehards for the Section 904 folks at Ruby Beach. That'll be tomorrow, 3 o'clock. The Season Awards Party, so come and check it out. And while you're at it, speaking of awards, 3 players up for some pretty big awards in the NPSL. Oliver Muller-Jensen up for the Gulf Coast Sunshine Conference MVP. Of course, he has 9 goals this season to lead the Jacksonville Armada. Meanwhile, Jeremy Costi up for Goalkeeper of the Year across the entire NPSL, and Tommy Krzanovich up for Head Coach of the Year. Some very deserving players of these recognitions, so we need folks at home to vote through Sunday, Jamal.
Absolutely, yeah. I think Oliver Muller-Jensen has been absolutely fantastic at any level, in any award-winning ceremony. You want to get the player up there who's been potent in front of goal, and you know that's exactly what he's been. OMJ has been absolutely fantastic. Make sure you go and vote. And Jeremy Costi between the States, exactly the same way. On the opposite end,
NPSL.com/vote is where you need to go to do that. All right, we're going to take another time out here on the halftime show as we draw closer and closer to the second half of this NPSL Gulf Coast Sunshine Conference Championship game. We'll be right back on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Guess who's back?
Get your tickets at JacksonvilleArmada.com.
This is Jacksonville University. It's not just a perfect place for sunny waterfront beauty shots. Although, here you choose the future you want. How? By defining it yourself. You customize your path and make it one of a kind. You want to build a future where you decide what impact you make? You want to create a life that's limited by nothing but your own ingenuity? You come to the right place.
People helping people is at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From 1954 to 2024, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. That commitment includes a partnership with the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team as the presenting sponsor of all Armada men's and women's broadcasts this summer. Action Sports Jacks and Alive Credit Union, a partnership that just makes sense when it comes to covering Northeast Florida. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of our first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop. When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jacks, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jacks is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jacks 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jacks 24/7. 1-1 at the half between Columbus United and Jacksonville. More NPSL soccer coming up. At the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From 1954 to 2024, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. That commitment includes a partnership with the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team as the presenting sponsor of all Armada men's and women's broadcasts this summer. Action Sports Jacks and Alive Credit Union, a partnership that just makes sense when it comes to covering Northeast Florida. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of our first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
Imagine a brokerage platform that gives agents the flexibility to move between comp plans so that they can spend their entire career in one place while earning stock and recruiting other agents. And imagine the entire enterprise is created and backed by a proven industry innovator. Now imagine this platform already exists. Imagine you own this platform. Imagine how large you can grow. How much revenue share you can earn. Just imagine.
This is Jacksonville University. It's not just a perfect place for sunny waterfront beauty shots. Although, here you choose the future you want. How? By defining it yourself. You customize your path and make it one of a kind. You want to build a future where you decide what impact you make? You want to create a life that's limited by nothing but your own ingenuity? You come to the right place.
International soccer returns this summer. Don't miss your chance to see teams from the biggest league in the world in Jacksonville as they compete for their first trophy of the season, the Stateside Cup. Be there when Premier League clubs Wolves and West Ham take the pitch July 27th at Everbank Stadium, home of the Jaguars. With the series trophy on the line, competition will be fierce. Tickets on sale now for as low as $35. Buy your tickets today at StatesideCup.com.
And welcome back to Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium. Beautiful night here in Northeast Florida, especially if you're in a broadcast booth with air conditioning. It's tremendous. Love to see it as we get set for the start of the second half between Jacksonville and Columbus in this Gulf Coast Sunshine Conference matchup. Stuart Weber here alongside Jamal Johnson, bringing you all the action for tonight's matchup here on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. If you missed the first half, well, Jacksonville got on the board first. Goal for Noah Kavit as he was able to knock in a header off an Antonio Illuminato cross. And Columbus, though, stuck with it. They came back and provided an equalizer to get this thing tied up at 1. Halftime changes for the Jacksonville Armada. You're looking at him right there. That is Ryan Paul, number 22. Coming into the game for the Jacksonville Armada. He'll replace Nick Erb on that right defensive, right outside back type position. Looking to make those runs up the right side. Another youngster, 18 years old, a Jacksonville FC product, and certainly a guy to watch here in this second half. You take a look at the Jacksonville Armada, and we'll give you a little reset on their lineup. In goal, Jeremy Costi in the yellow jersey there. Been huge in that first half. Unfortunate circumstances leading to that one goal for Columbus United to flex off a defender and in. His back line now, Micah Thomas, Paul Danner, Callum Frogson, and Ryan Paul enters the game. Miles Shanley playing more of a defensive midfield spot with Sebastian Zettel and Antonio Illuminato filling out the midfield up top. Giancarlo Vaccaro, Noah Kavit, and Oliver Moeller Jensen. As for the visitors, they too are making a change right there in the middle of the field. Carter Berg with the yellow and black shoes. He is their super sub. This guy has come on and wreaked havoc every time he's come into a game. He's got 5 goals on the season, most of those coming in a reserve role. So certainly a guy who's going to come in with a lot of energy and fill into that center midfield position occupied formerly by Josiah Fontenot. So Fontenot out, Carter Berg in for the visitors from Columbus United. And for Jacksonville, it's Ryan Paul coming into the game as he replaces Nick Erb. So number 18, the substitute for Columbus, stands over the ball, and our head referee blows the whistle. We are underway in the second half of this Gulf Coast Sunshine Conference championship game, all tied up 1 goal apiece, Columbus United and your Jacksonville Armada. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network for tonight's broadcast. Pressure early by Jacksonville as you see Carter Berg work his way in and get his first touches of the game. Jacksonville drop it back, but a little off the mark, deflected, so it'll be a Jacksonville throw-in. We mentioned Carter Berg coming into the game, and yes, he has scored a lot of goals this year as a super sub for Columbus United. 5 goals scored, joining Rafa Kawata with 5, although now he's got 6, and Xavier Chateau, who has 7. Those 3 are the front line, and that is a potent front line for the visitors throughout the course of this season. And so far tonight, Carter Berg, by the way, heading into his senior year at Mary Washington. A year ago, 13 goals and 9 assists playing for Mary Washington. So that's a guy who knows how to find the back of the net at the college level, and he has certainly done it here in the NPSL level as well with 5 goals for Columbus United. Another one of those Virginia natives on this team, which is odd because they're in Columbus. But you know what? Sometimes the coach gets the players from where he knows them, brings them in, and goes from there. Jacksonville with some possession in the back end. Got to be confident. Got to come out strong here in the second half. You get a collision there at midfield. Kind of both players equal to that collision as Illuminato sends ahead to Oliver Moeller Jensen. Jamal, what do you think the halftime message was from Tommy Krzanovich? I know you kind of mentioned it there at the end of the first half. We make one adjustment with personnel, and So far, Jacksonville's had a lot more possession here to start the second half, as you see Oliver Muller-Jensen with some fancy footwork getting it outside to Ryan Paul. We'll get to that in just a second. Paul trying to cut back in, taken down, and earns a free kick just outside the 18. Here's Muller-Jensen, middle of the field, looking for Kavif. Can't quite get a foot to it. This will go out for a goal kick, Columbus.
Oh, yeah, just to answer your question, it's just a similar message. A similar message from Krasanovic would have been. Make sure you're working in that final third to create opportunities and keep.
In midfield, you see Miles Shanley there with a little possession for Jacksonville. As Ryan Paul getting involved here early in the second half, as
Must have been an elbow there.
goes down to the field, and this time it'll be a throw in for Columbus. Oh, and there's a big collision and a yellow card handed out to Noah Kavif as the Columbus player is down for the moment.
A yellow card has been issued to number 9.
You see Kavif checking on the Columbus player, and will help him back to his feet. First caution of this matchup. It's a booking for number 9, Noah Kavif, as that's Bruno Garcia for Columbus. Seems to be in fine spirits. And you see the head coach Brett Teach there for Columbus United in the black shirt, white hat for the visitors. As we're about 4 minutes here into this first half, or second half, excuse me. Still tied up at 1. Columbus pushing forward. Here's the ball in by Kawata. And now Giancarlo Vaccaro looking to make a break down the near side, taken down by Kawata. This will be a free kick for Jacksonville, and a quick discussion there from the head referee. Gives a little chat there to Kawata. Jacksonville plays it quick. Some possession in the middle of the field by Zettel. He'll send it long down the near side, giving chase is Micah Thomas. Thomas with a lot of speed, but so too is Devin Vitale. And this one will go out, and they're going to say a throw in for Columbus. So Kavif, the opening goal for the boys in blue in the 6th minute. But Jacksonville's been looking for that next opportunity to find the back of the net ever since. It was Columbus's Rafa Kawata equalizing late in the first half, and really setting up a whole new ball game now for the second half of this ball game. Here is Chateau sending long to Carter Berg. Berg and Frogson doing battle. Frogson back to his feet as he was able to win that battle with the forward substitute for Columbus. Now Oliver Muller-Jensen, middle of the field. Drops it back. Yeah, Frogson's back there playing strong for Jacksonville. Here is Ryan Paul, already involved in quite a few early plays. And now Sebastian Zettel sends it long. Oliver Muller-Jensen, he'll pull it down. Has Kavif making a run towards the middle. Giancarlo Vaccaro on the near side. 1v1 with Garcia. Drops it back to Zettel. Zettel takes a shot, still alive. Campos had a little bit of a nervy moment there.
Yeah, Zettel there on the ball, making sure he's in a good area to create something. Gets a decent ball in a cross, but equally ready, Campos claims it again.
Nice job there by Miles Shanley to dispossessed. He and Paul go 1-2 and gets it back to Shanley. Now Jacksonville switches sides. Around it comes to Micah Thomas. See Kawata working hard there. That's a giveaway by Thomas. Ball sent ahead. Jacksonville needs to communicate on that back line. They do, and are able to break up that attack from Columbus. Here's Shanley to the outside. We mentioned some scoreboard watching across the South region in the Southeast Conference Championship. Hickory leads 1-0 over Appalachian FC. That game in the 48th minute, so just a little behind us here in Jacksonville. Winner of this one goes on the road to the winner of that one. That'll be Wednesday night. So these games come in hot and heavy and rapid fire in succession. So you got to have a deep roster. As you see, Paul takes it down nicely, but that ball knocked away by Bruno Garcia back on defense. Able to defuse the situation. Here's Vaccaro looking to be a pest, nearly able to knock that thing away as Dominguez sends outside to Vital. Here's Vital looking for options, but he's got some space, so he runs this thing down the near side of the field. Still has it. See how long number 14 can hold on to the ball for. Evans Dapa, the Ghana native, drops it off. Little 1-2 looking for Chateau. Cleared out by Danner. Here's Jacksonville. Can they make a run? Oliver Muller-Jensen, middle of the field. Cuts it back, looks for help. Some fancy footwork. Able to find Miles Shanley. And that was kind of a little inversion of that midfield for Jacksonville. Shanley pushed forward while Zettel and Illuminato were in more of a recessed role, which is a little opposite of what maybe you'd expect, Jamal.
Yeah, most definitely. And it really is just to keep them with the energy up high, right? It's just, you've got to make those adjustments every now and again just to give someone a breather, because they're doing a lot of work in there to shut down spaces. Great turn from Zettel.
Beautiful turn by Sebastian Zettel. Zettel is a guy who has some serious skills with the ball. Ahead he goes to Noah Kavif. Noah Kavif, remember, playing on that yellow card. Here's Carter Berg, gets by one defender, can't get by the second, so Paul Danner cleans up that miss. Here's Micah Thomas now. Thomas intercepted by Vital, but he's going to chase back after it, and some real physical play, and they're going to call the foul there on Thomas. Maybe a little bit of a frustration foul, number 3 for the Armada.
Yes. Disappointing. From the referee.
Do you want to clarify there?
No, I'm just saying, mate. You
take another look here.
They're both having a little scrap. Let them get on with it. Yeah, Riaz's got a little bit on him.
Oh, okay.
Listen, I'm still in my player mode.
Yeah. You always protect the players. I get it.
Exactly.
Offensive players, especially.
Exactly.
Yeah. Some appeals there for a call from Jacksonville. Instead, here's Tucker all the way to the near side, chasing it down. Is that first half goal scorer, Rafa Kawata. Defended by Micah Thomas. Trying not to give any room to Kawata. They let that one go. And here's Jacksonville now on the break. If Illuminato can get it off his foot, just surrounded by red jerseys, and that pays off. As you see Ryan Paul come through and clear that ball down. And we got some physical play here to start the second half from Jacksonville.
Yeah, he's letting them know he's there. Brilliant tackle from Ryan Paul. No nerves. No nerves.
Take another look at this one.
No prisoners taken in. Look at this.
It comes in and sends it out.
Clean.
Very clean. But here's Kawata on the near side. Jacksonville gets away with one there. As Kawata had some space, and what we've seen so far is he is not a player you want to leave with space. Long ball, too far. As Giancarlo Vaccaro can't catch up to that outlet pass from Zettel. As we get set for another substitution here. Second substitution of the match coming for the Jacksonville Armada. As Isaac Machado gets set to enter the game. And he's going to come in for Micah Thomas. So Jacksonville making its second outside back changeup. Ryan Paul came in on the right side. And now Isaac Machado is going to come in exchange for Micah Thomas.
And it's a decent showing from Micah Thomas. I'm sure he'll be, disappointed coming off so early in the game. But at the same time, they've been on the receiving end of a lot of pressure from Columbus going the opposite direction. So I think it's just a personnel change, like for like. and they'll be having that same expectation of Ryan Paul and Machado now coming into the game to go forward and do some stuff in that final third and the defensive third.
You could see a little disappointment on the face of Micah Thomas. You never want to be subbed off, obviously, especially in a game that is yet to be decided.
Absolutely.
But this is a game where Jacksonville is going to need to take advantage of its depth and utilize these players.
The energy levels going in behind it.
Here's Tucker on the far side. Makes his run down to the end line, then sends it back to Chateau. Gets it knocked away. Well done by Illuminato back there. Paul taken down by Burr. That'll be a foul inside the box and a free kick for Jacksonville. They'll play it quickly here to the near side. And Machado gets his first touches of the evening. Isaac Machado just into the game, heading into his 6th-year senior season at Purdue Fort Wayne. 5'9", outside back from Destin, Florida. Here's Danner sending ahead to Kavif, but he's surrounded by red jerseys, and sure enough, Bruno Garcia knocks it away, but Jacksonville gets it right back. Machado then dispossessed, and in the ensuing play loses to a foul as he kind of had to fling away Kawata there to get to the ball.
So choppy.
Here's Columbus. We mentioned in the red jerseys, Jacksonville, the boys in blue for tonight. Nice contrast. I kind of knew we'd have a good contrast no matter what jerseys both teams picked. Columbus has the all red and the all yellow. Jacksonville with the blue and the white. So no matter what, we were going to get a nice little contrast of jerseys. Ironically, by the way, Appalachian and Hickory with a red and a dark jersey as well. Not that I'm also watching that game. To keep you up to date here at home, folks. As we got that one on in the booth as well. This is a big weekend for soccer. Lots of great games going on, especially tonight in the NPSL. All these conference championship games. Long ball sent ahead by Ryan Paul. Oliver Muller-Jensen inside the box. Deflected away by Campos. Still alive. Here's Kavif. He'll drop it back. This one's still alive. Giancarlo Vaccaro outside the 18. Takes a rip, but it's well wide of the net. And this will be a corner kick. They're going to say it deflected. So you take another look first. Oliver Muller-Jensen with that opportunity, parried away by Campos. You see that wild rip by Dominguez. And then a takedown on Kavif. Here's Giancarlo Vaccaro. And that thing deflected off of Evans DePa, which is why we have a Campione Law corner kick for the Jacksonville Armada. Campione Law, court champions for justice.
Sending all the big guns up. Miles Shanley making his way inside the box, as well as Callum Brogson.
Here's Antonio Illuminato, in-swinging ball. Goes past the first line of defense, but Dominguez is able to clear out for Columbus. That was a dangerous ball, just bouncing around there, right by the penalty spot. That's a good spot to kick it to on those corner kicks.
Most definitely, yeah. Just need the place to go and attack the ball though right now. As we see Gianluca Vaccaro on this near side getting a little bit frustrated as the Armada looks to reset again in possession.
Of course, we've seen a couple defensive substitutions for Jacksonville. When you look at the guys on the bench for the Armada from an offensive standpoint,
firepower.
As you see Illuminato send it long, Machado chasing that ball down. Has Kavif in the middle of the field, Muller-Jensen, Illuminato, a little 1-2 to Antonio. Back to Antonio it goes. A little flick, but this one headed away by Columbus, still alive. Muller-Jensen getting involved in the act. Here's Machado, fresh into the game with those bright green boots. And this will be a Jacksonville throw. And you mentioned attacking players that Jacksonville can bring in. Keegan Anslin, Luke Granator, Kyle Hughes, even Matthew Skinner, who scored his first goal for the Armada a week ago. Here's Oliver Muller-Jensen now after the throw-in. Trying to cut back to the inside. What strength. Not a tall guy, but he was able to keep his footing there. Miles Shanley giving chase and has to win that foot race because Carter Berg was coming in a hurry. We mentioned he's the super sub. He's on fresh legs. He's got that skill set to come on and make a difference in the second half. So keep an eye on number 18 in red. He will certainly be a player to watch here over this final 45 and perhaps beyond. Here's Kawata looking long. Finds Chateau. Has Munoz in the middle. Instead goes back to the outside. Here's Kawata, dangerous player. Cutting it back. Looking for options. Munoz, top of the box, takes a shot. It's tipped over by Costi. This will be a corner kick for Columbus United as it hits the crossbar of the American football crossbar. If it touches that thing at all, it might bounce back into the field of play, but that means it is out of play. As you see, the replay.
Great stuff again
right there
from Columbus in the build, just being able to find that little bit of space to get shots off. Kawata, you know, he's getting in those areas now where he's really, really dangerous. Sato, and they look to keep putting on that pressure. Now with the corner. Before this corner kick, we got 2 substitutions coming in for the Jacksonville Armada. We just mentioned a few of those offensive players and the difference that they can make in this one. Noah Kavif, the goal scorer, comes off. In his place is Keegan Anselin. Keegan Anselin, the local player from Fletcher High School. Also, Kyo Hughes enters the game for Jacksonville. Trying to take a look and see who came off as the second substitute for the Armada. We'll get that to you in just a moment. Here's Kawata with the corner kick. Headed away by Jacksonville's Callum Frogson. Giancarlo Vaccaro giving chase there. I think it may be Illuminato.
It is Illuminato. So now here's Keegan Anselin, first touch after coming into this matchup. And look at the speed as he bursts his way through the middle of the field ahead to Giancarlo Vaccaro, but knocked out by Tucker. So Jacksonville has now made 4 substitutions. Remaining players on the bench are Luke Granitor and Matthew Skinner for the Armada. We'll see what Kyo Hughes and Keegan Anselin are able to do as they entered the game for Illuminato and Kavif, respectively.
I really do like the introduction of Keegan Anselin. He's fantastic. Whether he's starting or coming off the bench, he always makes an impact. It's one of the players that you need in your squad for games like this to be able to just bolster your forward line. Add a little bit of pace.
And head coach Tommy Krzanovich has been pretty consistent with the way he has made substitutions throughout the season. Likes to bring these guys in around the 60th minute, get those fresh legs in there, maybe provide a spark for these final 30 minutes of the matchup. Ball sent in by Zettel, headed down by Garcia. We mentioned Anselin, local kid, played for the Beach Rats in high school over at Fletcher High School.
Oh, great feed.
That's Kawata once again for Columbus. Here's Evans DePa, dispossessed by Danner, and they're going to call a foul on that.
It looked as though he might have got a touch on the ball, but I've been wrong before.
No, you haven't. You can't admit that.
No, that's terrible.
I know you always speak for the players, but I'll give you a broadcasting tip. Never admit that you're wrong. As you see,
it doesn't look like he got a touch on it. It looks like he might have got a touch on it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right. I was right, guys.
There we go. now we're getting you all tied up here on the broadcast. So this will be a free kick opportunity for Columbus United. The 65th minute of action here at Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium.
Just inside 40 yards from goal, Kawata stands over the ball. Is he able to deliver?
You're
stealing. See the likes of Dominguez getting up there.
You're stealing my trick of using the numbers on the field, aren't you?
I just know because I've scored a few goals from that area. So
okay, all right. Don't hurt your shoulder, patting yourself on the back there.
Just letting people know.
Here's Kawata over that little 2-man wall, headed away by Frogson, knocked down by Zettel, and to that back line of Columbus. Here's a ball sent in into the back of the net. Carter Berg. Columbus United. We've talked about this player so much. You can't lose number 18. Well, they lost number 18. And as a result, Columbus takes the 2-1 lead on a second-half goal from the substitute, Carter Berg. Now up to 6 goals on the season as we take another look, Jamal.
Shell-shocked. Absolutely shell-shocked. But it's what was to come, right? You're giving him too much space. Gets himself in behind, shot across goal, in right place, right time from Carter there to get himself off to a storming start and put his team in the league. What does Tommy Krzanovich do now? What does he do? Changes have been made. He's made another now with the goal conceded, and his players now have got a real job on their hands to get himself back in this game, in this final, where it's all or nothing. Everything's on the line. This is it. This is it tonight. This is it. Could be the last game of the season, or you get another goal, another championship.
You mentioned the substitution. Luke Granitor makes his way into the game, replacing Giancarlo Vaccaro. Granitor, a player with 2 goals on the season thus far this year. Columbus with a lot of momentum. Let's see if Jacksonville can rip some of it back. Here is Granitor with his first touch. Oliver Muller-Jensen now sends it long. Maybe a little bit of an impatient play there, trying to send it in instead of letting that play develop.
Yeah, a lot of anxious looks on faces now as you look around this Armada team. Hands on hips. You know, it's something that they probably didn't expect coming in off a game where they've won 9-0. Then going into the next game and getting a great result away from home. Their expectations there for them to go out and score a bag of goals tonight.
We've spoken so much about how important each individual game is. You cannot look ahead. You cannot take an opponent lightly, no matter if you played them or not throughout the course of the season. Jacksonville with a throw in here on the edge of the attacking third. It'll be Machado to take it. So this is a different lineup than we saw at the start of the matchup, and we'll see if this new group can mesh quickly, because you're going to have to. Less than 25 minutes to go in regulation. Season on the line for the Jacksonville Armada. Callum Frogson forced to retreat. This will go all the way back to Costi as Jacksonville looks to pull out that Columbus defense.
This is where now you're looking for the likes of Oliver Muller-Jensen. What can you do? He's been quiet for most of the night. Need him on the ball in there.
Still alive as Anslin keeps it going. Here's Granitor. Tons of speed. Middle of the field. Comes through. Breaking through that defense and knocked away by Dominguez. Cleared out by the tall central defender for Columbus. Jacksonville will play it quickly. 1-2. Back to Machado. He'll drop it back and they'll look to build from the back. Paul Danner now. We'll see if Jacksonville can switch. They do to Shanley. Shanley has Ryan Paul. Instead, he goes to the middle. OMJ will find Ryan Paul. Paul sends the cross in. Over Campos' head. Still alive. Headed. And it'll be a corner kick for Jacksonville. So, a Campione Law corner coming for the boys in blue, and an opportunity here on a set piece.
This is a lot more like it from the Armada now. Starting position from Ryan Paul was a lot better in that build. Starting a lot more higher on that back line to get himself in a position where he can deliver a good ball, and he does. Need more of that.
Sebastian Zettel set to take this corner kick for the Armada. Those blue jerseys making runs inside the box. Here it is, low in-swinger. Hits. Oh, it's a beautiful play there. Headed once by Shanley, cleared off by Columbus, and then sent long by Machado. It'll be a goal kick for Columbus United. You hear Section 904 beckoning on their boys in blue and hoping for an equalizer here in the final 20 minutes.
It's a tough ask. It's a tough ask, but I think Armada's got the firepower. They've brought on the likes of Keegan Anslin now, and I really do feel like he's a player that's so hungry and willing and wanting to make runs in behind, to really put that pressure on that back line. Can he get it done tonight, though?
It will be Jacksonville who's likely going to be putting on a lot of the pressure here. Expect Columbus to drop into more of a defensive set. It'll be interesting to see how their formation maybe kind of evolves and changes here over this last 20 minutes. Here's Granitor pushing forward for Jacksonville. All that speed, sends a ball long. Oliver Muller-Jensen tracks it down, edge of the 18. He's got Hughes. This one deflects, still alive. Muller-Jensen just takes a wild rip at it. It falls to Machado, brings it down to Zettel. What a lovely touch that was. Zettel turns around, sends it, looking for Muller-Jensen making a run. Here's Hughes inside the box. DePaul knocks it away. Anslin gives chase, and Columbus clears for the moment.
What a game this has been. What a game this has been. At any level, honestly, the pressure, the intensity this game's being played in, especially in this heat. Unbelievable stuff from both teams. Just to keep this up.
And Columbus has only made the one substitution. Actually, I'm seeing another player out there right now. 2 substitutions thus far. Jeb Scarborough came into the game at some point without telling us. Come on, Jeb. Here's a ball sent to the middle, but nobody there, as Danner was looking a little optimistically trying to find somebody. Couldn't do it. Looks like Jeb Scarborough replaced Tommy Munoz. And yeah, that is the substitution second one for Columbus. So Columbus has only made the 2 substitutions with Scarborough and Berg coming into the game. Jacksonville has made wholesale substitutions here in the second half, including these 2 players, Ryan Paul and Kyo Hughes.
5 or 6.
As DePaul knocks it away.
How many changes? 5.
Already 5 for Jacksonville. Matthew Skinner, the only outfield player remaining on the bench for the Armada, and their backup keeper as well. But Jacksonville needs to be strong here on defense. Ball sent ahead. Here's another substitute for Columbus. That is number 5, Jordy Santana, who's made his way into the game as well, as he replaced Devin Vital. Keegan Hanselin fighting hard there with Damian Dominguez. Dominguez has played well in that defense for Columbus United.
He has done very well tonight. He has.
Here's Columbus. Kawata, middle of the field, finds Shato. Shato gets behind the defense. Knocked away by Callum Frogson. It'll be a corner kick, however, for the visitors, as Columbus United gets a Campione Law corner kick, champions for justice. And they are going to take their time, Jamal.
Absolutely, that's exactly what you got to do, savvy.
First, Jacksonville needs to find a way to defend this corner kick. High ball, Costi didn't need to touch it. Goes across the end line, and it'll be a goal kick for the Armada. Jamal, what do you think Jacksonville needs to do here over these final 16 minutes in order to go find an equalizing goal as we take our second half hydration break?
I think it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one. It's definitely going to be a tough one going into the last, 17 minutes. I think there's got to be a lot of possession. I think they've got to push their wing backs forward. Ryan Paul, Machado most definitely needs to get himself involved in the game to try and make an impact.
We welcome you back here inside the broadcast booth at the campus of Edward Waters University. And yeah, it's getting down to the nitty-gritty here. About 15 minutes to go in regulation. Jacksonville trailing 2-1 against Columbus United. We've seen 5 changes for the Armada from that starting 11 that they trotted out there. They scored that early goal from Noah Kavif, but that seems like a long time ago. I mean, it was 6 minutes of play, and really a lot of the momentum since that point has been in favor of the visitors of Columbus United, with a few opportunities sprinkled in there. For Jacksonville, you're going to be on the attack for the rest of this thing, but you need to find a way to string together some opportunities and really get a good opportunity and make Campos work in the back. A lot of those balls that have come towards the keeper have been tipped away or knocked away, not as many secured. There's been second chance opportunities. If you can get one of those second chance opportunities for one of your opportunistic players on offense, I think that'll make a big difference here down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, it's possession. It's possession, and it's being able to, take these high-pressure moments and be able to make a difference in a game. And I think that obviously Oliver Muller-Jensen has had a very, very quiet night. They need to get him in the position that he wants to be in, where he's 1v1 with the option to go out wide. That's why you need to get Ryan Paul a lot more higher up the field, just to give Tucker a little bit more to think about when OMJ's in possession.
That's Jamal Johnson, the former Jacksonville Armada striker. I'm Stuart Weber. Appreciate everybody joining us, whether you're here in Duval County, the surrounding areas of Northeast Florida, or our visiting fans watching up in Muskogee County in this Gulf Coast Sunshine Conference Championship game tonight on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. And we've said how important this one is. Season on the line for both teams. Winner moves on to the South Region semifinals. Loser is done for the year.
Loads of space inside there.
Yeah, here is number 6, Jeb Scarborough, and this ball off the post.
Ball.
They might lead, but Columbus has not taken their foot off the gas pedal as well. You see Keegan Hanselin getting in there trying to disrupt. And Columbus with a nice ball. Xavier Chateau, got to keep an eye on him. He has been very good this season. Works his way inside the box. This thing just dribbling there inside the 6. Yeah, and this will be... The flag was up for an offside against Columbus. Let's take another look here at that scoring opportunity. Scarborough It's knocked down by Costi, still alive.
Costi might have got a touch on it. He might have got a touch off the rebound as well.
I think he did, and then Berg had that golden opportunity to make it 3-1 and score his second of the night, unable to do so. Here's a long ball to Anslin. Gets the head on it, but can't get a second touch as it goes into the stands. It'll be a throw in for Columbus.
They've got to get more pressure on the ball from high up positions. The Armada definitely needs to win the ball higher up the field, because Columbus have got far too much time, but the possession play, the
Shanley comes in strong. Both players, the worse for the wear, gets back to his feet and clears this ball ahead as they play on. Kawata down. It's a weird situation there where it looked like a couple Jacksonville players thought the play might have been over. Instead, it falls all the way to Campos. And here's Columbus. Tucker making that run on the far side. He'll send it long, looking for Carter Berg, headed down by Frogson. Ryan Paul loses it. Here's Chateau.
Chateau's out there enjoying himself now, isn't he?
Yeah, and Paul able to get it back, knocks it off of Chateau. It'll be a throw-in for the Jacksonville Armada. They'll play it quickly. Here's Shanley sending it long. Well done by Keegan Anslin to trap that and get possession. Here's Zettel, middle of the field. Oliver Muller-Jensen with a mistake, and that'll be a throw-in for Columbus. These are the kind of mistakes you can't make at this stage of the game.
Frustration showing on the face of Oliver Muller-Jensen, or just the body language of him there as well. It's an awful lot of running, an awful lot of work. Tucker's been having him going back and forward all night long. And Chateau down that left-hand side, is, as we see someone that might have pulled up with a bit of cramp here as well.
That's Miles Shanley down for Jacksonville with some hard collisions here in the second half.
So last thing you want to see is Coach Krasanovic looks on. Miles Shanley, one of his biggest players on that field, one of his top performers, struggling as they go into this final stretch. Well, you know what? Sometimes you just need a little bit of time to regroup. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that the Armada is able to turn this thing around and be able to put themselves back in the lights. But it's just been a tough second half. Very, very tough second half for him. Just to string things together and stop Columbus from playing. What do you think?
Won't get any easier in this final 10 minutes of regulation. That ball goes over the head of Frogson. Centered by Berg. Chateau using Depas. Nice header by Kawata, but nobody there for Columbus. Jacksonville trying to string a few passes together, but here's Berg on the near side, sends a dangerous cross. Rip taken by Kawata, and they're going to say that deflected and will be a corner kick.
Great block. Great block from Frogson there.
Another Campione Law corner kick. Champions for Justice, this one for the visitors from Columbus United. Playing their inaugural season in the National Premier Soccer League, first year in the NPSL. And holding a lead with 10 minutes to go in the conference championship game. Kawata on his right foot, out-swinging ball, headed away. Now Jacksonville needs to try and break, but it's kept in by Canagua. Here's Kawata. And you see some jersey tugging there from Luke Granitor, and that'll be a foul against Jacksonville. Jacksonville needs to find a way to get this ball moving the other way, the other direction on the field.
And definitely, yes, there does seem a little bit of frustration on the faces of other players, and just the body language. You know, it's a very, very difficult situation going into the last 10 minutes at home in a final that you've expected to come away with a result. It's just a lot that needs to be done, though.
Here's Rafa Kawata. Dangerous opportunity. Sends it into the box. Still alive. Dominguez heads it into the 18. Now Zettel sends it long, and it's a Jacksonville player down. It looks like it's Shanley reaching for his head. He'll get back to his feet. Shanley's been taking some knocks here over this last 10 minutes.
Yeah. It's a lot of work that he's put in over this 82 minutes of the game.
Miles Shanley, the local St. Augustine High School player. We take another look at that most recent set piece, and Yeah, just battling down there in the middle. He'll grab some water and try to get back in there, and they're going to need him in there. Less than 10 minutes to go in regulation for the Armada.
This is where you need your biggest players to show up. This is where the Armada needs to get hold of each other, make sure that they're pulling the person next to him. Miles Shanley looks like he needs a pull in the right direction as well right now, as he's been down a couple of times. You don't want that from your biggest player on the field, your most imposing player on the field. You need him in there. Hopefully he's able to overcome it.
And long ball falls all the way to that back line. And now a ball through from Columbus. Here's Berg on the far side, working his way towards the 18. Well defended by Frogson thus far. Berg will drop it back. He's got help from Chateau. Chateau now with a cross. Looking for Kawata at the top of the 18.
Touch.
Gets back to Kawata now. He goes back and forth with Canagua. And now to the substitute, Jordy Santana. Columbus is happy to do this the rest of the game. If you're Jacksonville, you got to press and knock that ball away.
Just starting positions from the outside backs. It's just got to be a little bit higher. You can leave Miles Shanley in there in a 3.
Ball sent long to Tucker. Jacksonville needs to take it away and then start its own. And they're going to call a foul inside the box. And a penalty kick is forthcoming for Columbus United.
In the last 10 minutes as well, Frogson. So much confidence on the ball in that final third from these Columbus players. And it's difficult now. Looking into it, as the story's unfolding right now, it looks like it's going to be an uphill battle for the Armada to get back into this game, and now to be awarded a penalty.
84th minute, Xavier Chateau at the spot. Jeremy Costi between the pipes for the Jacksonville Armada.
Heavy weight on the shoulders of the goalkeeper here. Costi had a fantastic season. Can he keep his team in this final? These are the moments you can make yourself a hero.
Costi been so good in net for the Armada this season.
Up for goalkeeper of the year.
Here's Chateau. And scores. 3-1, Columbus takes the lead. 85th minute on the penalty kick. The uphill climb gets even tougher for Jacksonville, as they find themselves now down 2 goals late in the second half.
Very, so much disappointment on the face of Costi right there, as he really must feel let down. You know, he can only do so much. Great save off the rebound earlier on, around 15 minutes ago, to keep his team in it. Now they can see with 5 minutes to go.
Here's Shanley sending long for Jacksonville. They need a goal, and a goal quickly.
He's got himself in trouble there, Annie, look.
As Shanley doing battle there with, looks like, Berg.
Bit of handbags there. Berg's backed into him. He's made the block late on the ball forward from Shanley. And then he's just held on to Shanley after the collision's been made. From what it seems, I don't know whether we've got to look at it. Shanley's ended up reacted to the contact, and now they've both been booked. Referees, they dealt with it well there, because he could, overreact, as a lot of referees might do in those situations. But he's just given both of them a caution and a good talking to.
So Berg and Shanley both going into the book with yellow cards. As things are getting a little testy here in the final moments of this conference championship.
It's a little bit of frustration, right? It's frustration.
And the frustration you would expect for a game of this magnitude, and you find yourself down 2 goals late.
After such a fantastic start, 6 minutes into it as well.
All right, we resume play here in the 87th minute. Long throw in by Machado, looking for Keegan Anslin. That ball cleared out. Only as far as the edge of the attacking third. And here's Jacksonville. Both players make runs. Neither goes for the ball. And Columbus with a chance to clear. But a foul called there against Zettel as Chateau goes down. You said it, frustration's certainly mounting for the Jacksonville Armada here late in this one.
And what a fantastic year they've had. To get this far, to, you know, overcome so much with travel, weather conditions, you know, results going the wrong way for them. They find themselves in a final. Is there still time left for them, though, Stu? What do you, I mean...
Got to find a first goal in the next couple minutes, and then hope you can quickly turn around and do it again. I mean, you're not going to get to 3 before you get to 2. So you need to get out there. I know we're stating the obvious here. But if you're Jacksonville, you need a moment of brilliance, and you need it to happen quickly as Keegan Anslin loses possession. And look, the players in red are going to go down a lot easier here towards the end as they get the advantage and push forward. Here's Kawata in the middle of the field. Jordy Santana now just going to take it and waste some time down by the corner flag. We've had another substitute for Columbus United. Damian Gallegos has come into the game as well. And this will be a Campione Law corner kick for Columbus. Into the 89th minute. Columbus United leads 3-1 after that late penalty kick to really kind of take some of the drama here out of the final few minutes. A foul just inside the box from Ryan Paul allows Chateau to convert from the spot and earn his 8th goal of the season. Here's Kyo Hughes, little cut back, working across midfield. Finds Luke Granitor, now Keegan Anslin. These are all Jacksonville substitutes in the second half. Sebastian Zettel, centering ball. Here's Granitor, sends long. Oliver Muller-Jensen tracking it down. Just inside the 18, and he loses it with a loose touch there, resulting in a break the other way for Columbus. Section 904 trying to implore the boys in blue with a little smoke out there in the stands. Trying to get this team fired up. Loose pass falls behind Hughes, drops it to Frogson. Into the 90th minute we go. Jacksonville still down 2. Got to find one quickly and hope for a lot of stoppage time. Here's Machado. Off the referee. The referee has a talking to Machado. Not really the moment for him. Let him play the game of soccer, please. Here's Callum Frogson now. This ball deflected. Corner kick, or throw in, excuse me. Sent long by Danner. Here's Machado down by the corner. Let's see if he can earn a corner. Does not. Instead cleared out by Dominguez. You see Zettel coming back hard to fight for it. Paul Danner able to muscle his way towards the ball. Luke Granitor, middle of the field, as we have reached stoppage time in this second half. Ball through. Oliver Muller-Jensen down towards the end line. This deflects. Appealing for a handball.
He's giving a corner.
Giving the corner kick here for Jacksonville.
Looked like it might have come off Tucker's hand there, or his arm. May have been the upper arm, though.
Another Campione Law corner kick for Jacksonville. Played quickly into the box. Headed away by Dominguez. 6'5" player. Knows what to do on those set pieces defensively. Hughes back ahead. It's pushed forward there by Jacksonville. Another corner kick. Campione Law corner for the Armada. High in-swinging ball. Headed once. Settle will give chase on the near side. Centers. Has options. Finds the head of Keegan Anslin. They're going to say it's deflected, and it's going to be another corner kick. Jacksonville playing quickly here. Another Campione Law corner for the Armada.
Tons of organizing in that box now, making sure we're covering the gaps.
They play it short. Here's Zettel. His ball into the box. Headed away by Columbus. Falls to the top of the 18. Hughes gets a touch. And another player down for Columbus United as play is stopped. And they're going to call on for the training staff for Columbus.
90 minutes played here. Another player down. And there's no, it doesn't look as though, although they are knocking on the door, there's been no real clear-cut chances. Columbus have defended so well. Dominguez done a fantastic job of covering gaps. Goalkeeper's organization, he's made some great stops. We just haven't seen Oliver Mulliensen in the second half as much, or in the first half, because of that work that he's had to do defensively, getting back in position to cover the double up on the left-hand side from Columbus. He's just done fantastic. They've done fantastic working that ball around to that left-hand side. The Armada running out of ideas, right?
Score updates from around the South region. In the Southeast Conference Championship, Hickory has taken a 2-0 lead in the 88th minute of that one. Should they hold on and beat Appalachian FC in what would be an upset, they would host the winner of this one. Columbus United appears poised for that here in stoppage time with a 2-goal lead over the Armada. Also, West Texas FC has taken an early 1-0 lead over the Denton Diablos. That another South region matchup out in the Lone Star Conference. Time running out both on this game and the season for the Jacksonville Armada. We are in stoppage time. The boys in blue trailing by 2. Appreciate everyone watching tonight's broadcast and all season long here on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. Been great to bring you these broadcasts throughout the course of the year. Appreciate all our local community sponsors and everybody who has supported this community team full of players from Northeast Florida and around the nation and the world. It's been really cool to see them come together as a team to represent Northeast Florida with players from Jacksonville. Love to see that. Columbus sends that one out of bounds, and it'll be another Jacksonville throw-in. Not sure exactly how many minutes of stoppage time remain, but running low here as this ball sent into the box. And finally cleared by Columbus United. Of course, we want to remind you that MLS Next Pro season ticket reservations are available on the Jacksonville Armada website, jacksonvillearmada.com. Go get your season ticket reservations for next year. The excitement that comes along with the return of pro soccer here in Northeast Florida. We've supported the boys in blue now for years in the NPSL at the under-23 ranks. So excited for what is to come with this franchise here in this community. Jacksonville soccer team's been playing here for a decade and many more years to come for the boys in blue. This ball sent into the box. Here's an opportunity. Shot wide of the net. And that's the final whistle. Not Jacksonville's night. They fall to Columbus United. A final score of 3-1. Columbus United FC in their inaugural season in the NPSL is your Gulf Coast Sunshine Conference champions. They win the conference title as the debutantes. Jacksonville falls 3-1 at home in this matchup. Jamal, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, the post-game show right here on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. We'll have your full game highlights and much more coming up next right here. Stay with us on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. The Armada fall 3-1. Columbus United wins the conference title.
Guess who's back?
Get your tickets at jacksonvillearmada.com.
This is Jacksonville University. It's not just a perfect place for sunny waterfront beauty shots. Although, here you choose the future you want. How? By defining it yourself. You customize your path and make it one of a kind. You want to build a future where you decide what impact you make? You want to create a life that's limited by nothing but your own ingenuity? You come to the right place.
helping people is at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From 1954 to 2024, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. That commitment includes a partnership with the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team as the presenting sponsor of all Armada men's and women's broadcasts this summer. Action Sports Jacks and Alive Credit Union, a partnership that just makes sense when it comes to covering Northeast Florida. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of our first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jacks, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jacks is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jacks 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jacks 24/7. Hey, welcome back to Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium. Jacksonville Armada fall tonight. Season comes to a close with a 3-1 defeat in the Gulf Coast Sunshine Conference Championship matchup against Columbus United. Welcome into the post-game show. I'm Stuart Weber alongside Jamal Johnson. And Jacksonville scores first. A lot of momentum, a lot of excitement. You get that goal in the 6th minute, but just not a whole lot of offense from there on out from the Armada. And hey, give credit to Columbus, right? They took away the momentum. They were able to go find the back of the net on a opportunistic moment in the end of the first half. You take a look at Jacksonville's goal.
Getting himself up so early, 1-0, it might have put a little bit of pressure on them. It's such a difficult night, and you can hear it in my voice. It's disappointing. You know, you have such high expectations with such a fantastic season. I think the guys have done amazing this season, but they fall short this evening, and it's just so tough to take. So many opportunities, a lot of them on the opposition's side.
And here was the equalizer off the shoulder of Miles Shanley and into the back of the net. Still, score 1-1 at the half. And the thing that makes this so tough, I know for us in the booth, is we've gotten to know these players so well. There's so many of them that are ingrained in our community, and this team has done such a good job of really featuring players both from Northeast Florida and abroad. And look, it's tough anytime the season ends. You see Carter Berg with the game-winning goal there to make it 2-1 in the second half. They'd add a penalty kick late, and here's the numbers that really break it down for you. I mean, 11 shots, 8 of them on goal for Columbus. Jacksonville, 8 shots, only 4 on goal for the boys in blue. I mean, the fouls, big discrepancy there. 17 of them for the Fleet, 11 for the visitors, as Jacksonville falls 3-1, your final score from here at Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium. And this is tough. This is a tough one here. You see the players are heartbroken, man. This hurts, because anytime that season ends abruptly, and it always will in a knockout playoff format, you are very quickly faced with the season is over into your head like that.
Yeah, it's so much adversity that a lot of these players have come through. You know, little niggles here and there, injuries, obviously short season where it's compact with a lot of different games. So much disappointment on the faces, and you know, the body language throughout the second half. They saw it taken away from them, just taken away from this Columbus side that, you know, they were on the night, they were the better side, you have to say.
Nathan Walter addressing the crowd, thanking them for all their support all year long, and Columbus United gets to go home with the trophy. This is what they earn. They win the Gulf Coast Sunshine Conference Trophy. You see the visitors from Columbus United there. They advance to the next round. They will play at Hickory FC. Hickory with a huge upset victory over Appalachian FC, 3-0. So a long road trip. Actually, not as long for Columbus as it would have been for Jacksonville.
Right.
Still pretty long. Not a short trip by any stretch of the imagination. You see Columbus, and they get this opportunity. They get this moment and this chance to raise the trophy and celebrate, as one does when you win a title. And this is what was on the line tonight. This is what it meant. And you could see just how heartbroken the Jacksonville Armada men's team is as they fall 3-1. Congratulations to Columbus United in their first ever year playing in the NPSL. They earn the title here in the Gulf Coast Sunshine Conference. They move on to the South Region semifinals. As Jacksonville falls, the season comes to a close, but a season full of so many great memories, Jamal. This one will not be one of them, certainly, but for the boys in blue, nothing to hang your heads about. A terrific season once again, and so excited for what the future holds for all of these up-and-coming stars in the world of soccer. Well, we wrap up this 2024 season and say thank you so much for joining us throughout the year on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. For the folks with Gemstone Productions, my coworker here in the booth, Jamal Johnson, Gemstone Media, thank you so much for your work today. I'm Stuart Weber, thanking you for watching all season long the Jacksonville Armada. Have a great night.